The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. I feel like a monster. It's hiding in the dark, its teeth are razor sharp. There's no escape for me, it wants my soul, it wants my heart. No one can hear me scream, maybe it's just a dream. Maybe it's inside of me. Stop this monster. I feel it deep within, it's just beneath the skin. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I hate what I've become, the nightmare's just begun. I must confess that I feel like a monster. I feel it deep within.
We welcome you back to the Coast to Coast Racing League as we get set to go here for Super Dirt Modify Week. 358 is currently qualifying at the moment. Marty Sakala with you alongside Zach Chapman and Robert Hill Jr. as drivers are currently qualifying at the moment here. 358s. Apologies for the technical difficulties at the moment, but it looks like we are good to go here. If something drops, though, just let me know if you guys are having stream issues as well, as we just had to restart everything. You see the times at the top left of your screen. Matt Barber currently quickest at an 18.17. Chad Lackey second. Mike Brewer currently third. Here's Jonathan Tahofjan off of turn number 4, his second lap time. Oh, I'll be off by about 0.02 of a second at an 18.34. 1.834 for Tahofjan. Hang on a second, Zach. I gotta get you guys live here again. All right. Yeah, so Zach, I got Zach Chapman, Robert Hill with me here. And yeah, top 6 drivers, correct, are locked into the feature this weekend. Or later this week, I should say.
So Anthony Morano, that first guy on the outside looking in with that B7, that has got to be a tough spot to be sitting in right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man,
without question.
that's real tough. And you look at how close they are as well. Shane Billings only 2 1,000s quicker than Anthony Morano. Rylan Banks not too far back either. So the time's really tight there at that cutoff point. But unfortunately for Morano, outside looking in.
Absolutely. So that would put him in, he would have to race his way through the heat races. Here's the situation. Just over a minute left in qualifying. We'll see if anybody else decides to take some time. And if anyone does, we will show that to you live in person. I'm just going to check and see if we know the reason here. I'm going to try and see. This gives me a chance to work out my issues on my end. And yeah, I believe it is that. So let's check. Yeah, I think we know the reason why. So apparently it's the onboards, I think it is, that's giving me issues here. So, but qualifying is wrapped up here, just about. We'll wait for this to go fine, and we'll pop in the results. And again, top 6 drivers are locked into the feature. Guys, how about this car count here as well? 47 with us here this evening, and I believe that is actually going to do it in that will. So we'll wait for the results to pop here shortly. And then we will give them to you.
It's definitely impressive to see such a high car count for an event like this. We saw it last year as well when when the three of us were up here in the booth for Super Dirt Modified Week. And again, tonight, I think the number total registered is about 54 cars. That is absolutely incredible for a Wednesday night here on iRacing. Some of the best drivers that virtual dirt modified racing has to offer, and some drivers that get to play in the real world as well, doing battle here for the next 2 days with us.
It's definitely great to see. So, results from qualifying here. And you see Matt Barber the quickest, 18-170. Chad Lackey, Mike Brewer, Sam Bachman, Clay Christopherson, and Shane Billings all locked themselves into the show. That is a lot of FTM in that top 6, along with a couple of fast Canadians as well, Zach.
Yeah, and I mean, really, if we were gonna pick guys out of the the coast to coast alum, we should say, those would probably be the guys. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude towards Anthony or Isaac. You could sprinkle them in there, but I'm not disappointed with that 6. Very fast guys. This should be quite the draw.
Absolutely. Step aside here and take a break, and when we come back, we'll get things loaded up. Big block qualifying is just around the corner. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
At ClearPath for Veterans, nothing stands in the way of hope, of healing, of growth. Finally, a clear path. You found your place. You found your place and a clear path forward.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
And we welcome you back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We get set to go. Big block time trials just around the corner. And we'll welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Marty Sakala with you. I'm having a little technical difficulties on my camera, so we'll show you the two guys that are joining alongside me in the booth. First off, welcome, as always, our buddy Zach Chapman joining us, and a welcome back. He was with us for Super Dirt Modify Week last year. The voice of the Cornwall Motor Speedway, and I believe still Mohawk International Raceway as well. Robert Hill Jr. And boys, it's our spring charity event every year. It's great to be back with you both.
Cornwall Motor Speedway, and just 2 weeks ago we got to host the Super Dirt Car Series up at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. Alex Jankowski picking up the win for that one. So excited to see who can get the victory here tomorrow night as part of our great Super Dirt Modified Week here on iRacing.
I heard I watched a couple of the highlights as well. You guys definitely had a heck of a show, to say the least. Zach, we've been familiar with these big blocks all along. And who would you say this coming into all week here? Who would you say are the big threats?
Man, let's call a spade, man. He's sitting at the top of the charts right now. When I think of big block drivers, I think of one guy around coast to coast, and he's that 5 car, man, Isaac Salas. He's our guy, and you want the best, you race the 5 car. That's who we've got, and he's going to bring it this week.
Qualifying moments ago for the 358s wrapped up. They were brought to you by our friends out at Expert Insulation. We're moments away from going here with big block qualifying. Looking at the practice times here as things stand. Salas currently the quickest at a 17.900. Chad Lackey second. Ryland Banks third. Sam Bachman fourth. Keith Kincaid fifth. And again, keep in mind, top 6 drivers all lock themselves in to the feature at the end of the night once qualifying is wrapped up.
You know, you look at the times here so far in practice. Anthony Morano slotting in 7th here again. Obviously not the qualifying laps yet, but in 358s just on the outside looking in. Now charting the same way here in practice. So he's hoping to pick up just a little bit when we head into qualifying coming up in a couple minutes.
There's a couple of Canadians out here, Robert, that we've seen last year at Super Dirt Modified Week. Talk about Lackey, talk about Banks. A couple of guys that you're obviously familiar with. Joey Ladouceur up here as well. Mr. Excitement, Matt Barber, who just took the 358 pole. Shane Billings as well up here as well. Bunch of fast people north of the border.
Yeah, definitely a good amount of Canadians in the field. Obviously, Chad Lackey, always quick, no matter where we go. Ryland Banks, one of those drivers that's really picked it up over the last year. So he jumped into a sportsman this season at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway. Has done a nice job so far. Only got to race, I believe, once so far due to rain, but has done a really nice job adapting to that car. Joey Ladouceur, a longtime veteran of the 358 Modifieds. Of course, Matt Barber, one of those drivers that has had a lot of success on iRacing and in the sportsman ranks locally here as well. And I look towards the bottom of the field as well, a driver that has not taken a time yet, but Adam Ross joining us here tonight as well, one of the voices of the NASCAR Canada Series. So good to see another veteran announcer hopping in here and having a little bit of fun on the dirt tonight.
Hey, Robert, that is actually Adam's kid. That is Daddy's money himself, Connor Ross. So,
well, close enough.
Connor's a pretty good dirt driver as well
Connor
north of the border too.
Yeah. And Connor is my teammate for sure. I've always look out for that kid. That I will love that kid forever. I'm sponsoring him this year in his crate 305, and
nice.
And I hope he has a great, magnificent year up there at Ash Weekend.
Well, let's show you here a couple of drivers we're going to be riding on board with this evening. There's Shane Billings, one of them, and I think I got a refresh on my end here, our director mode. But here we go. 5 minutes of qualifying, 2 laps. Who's going to start on the tops in the top 6 for the big block race Thursday night? Again,
Isaac Salas went out right away. Marty, are you watching this? I'm watching it. My eyes are peeled.
We're gonna watch his teammate actually first, Jason Butterfield, in the 93 before we put a focus on Slide Job Salas himself. So Butters will set the time here. And he'll go 18.278. Isaac Salas, though, lap 1 a 17.905. Murano 900's back. Chad Lackey the top, though, at a 17.818. So keep an eye on the 66 of Lackey. Here comes Salas off for turn 4. Now drops down to 3rd. Matt Barber, Mr. Excitement. Quickest in Sector 1 the first half of the lap. But he was 2nd quick, though, at a 17.83. Comes Barber 100th back. Can he improve on his lap time, though? He cannot. So Barber second. Chad Lackey stays up top. It's Lackey, Barber, Billings to third now with a 17.90. Salas to Hofchen, and Brewer just got knocked out of the top 6 thanks to putt-putt on lap 2. Clay Christopherson with a 17.874. Billy Roberts now 11th quick of the 99 off of turn 2.
Definitely some impressive lap times here so far. Again, a really tight battle for all these positions. Isaac Salas sitting 5th right now. Late in the running, a couple guys still out on the racetrack, but was not expecting to see Salas very close to that bubble of the top 6.
Here's the 152 car of George Proctor. Todd Holloway goes 37th, 1865. Caden Roy, you see behind him, just jumped up to 21st at 1827. We'll watch the 05, a notable iRacer in the modified ranks. Ripping the top off for turn number 4. Slower lap for him, though, in an 18:36. Scott Tice coming off for turn 4. Meanwhile, Connor Ross just went up to 18th quick, the number 35, 18:21. We'll watch the driver of that Gambler Motorsports ride.
He's found more time. He's quicker through sector 1 here. Can he find more time off of 2?
He did in the first half of the lap, though, Zach. Unfortunately, 200ths off. And there's just one driver left to qualify. I don't know if he's going to take a lap or not. We're just waiting on William Watson in car number 24. So we'll see if William decides to take a lap here or not.
Doesn't look like he's actually just connected to the server now, so still a chance that he does hop out there and take a couple of laps here in qualifying. But good effort by the Canadians here in the early going. Lackey, Barber, Billings all in the top 4 of qualifying times here in the big block. So excited to see what they can do coming up just a little bit later on in their heat races tonight. Of course, we're going to set the field for tomorrow night's big finales.
One minute left here for Watson to try and qualify. Gives us a chance to remind you that all proceeds from Super Dirt Modify Week will be going towards our friends out at ClearPath, and we definitely appreciate their support and what they do.
So looking at the time remaining in the server, if William Watson does hit the racetrack, looks like he's only going to have time to run maybe one lap of qualifying.
I don't think he's going to get a lap here.
Yeah, it's very tight on time. I think we might be locked in with our top 6.
Once they display the checkers, we'll pull up the results here. But Chad Lackey will be on pole for our 100-lap big block feature on Thursday night. And they are not doing a pole shuffle as we've been scrambling on the schedule with some circumstances beyond our control. But results are in from qualifying. And we'll pull them up here for you. There you go. So Chad Lackey quickest, 17.818. Matt Barber second, Clay Christopherson third, Shane Billings fourth, Isaac Salas fifth, and Jonathan Tehofjan. They all locked themselves into the show. Well, gentlemen, early thoughts on the top 6. Robert, we'll start with you.
Definitely impressive to see how tight the times were in that top 6. And again, just on the outside looking at Mike Brewer, not too far off the lap time there of Jonathan Tehofjan. So we're going to have a lot of competition throughout the top 10 and throughout the entire field throughout the heat races tonight and the features tomorrow night. But really exciting start for the Canadians and excited to see if they can carry the flag all the way through.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead, Zach.
I'm just going to pile more on with the Canadians. I mean, giving them 3 of the top 6 spots. That's unbelievable. I mean, Canada. I mean, they came and they're representing America, we better get it together, boys.
So with that, we'll step aside, take another break, and when we come back, it'll be our next event of the evening. And that will be our veteran server, a 20-lap feature with a provisional up for grabs in the 358. So stay with us, veterans. You're up next on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
At ClearPath for Veterans, nothing stands in the way of hope, of healing, of growth. Finally, a clear path. You found your place. You found your place and a clear path forward.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
At ClearPath for Veterans, nothing stands in the way of hope, of healing, of growth. Finally, a clear path. You found your place. You found your place and a clear path forward.
Veterans race getting set to go here in just a moment. At Oswego Speedway, we welcome you all back. Marty Sakala with you alongside Robert Hill and Zach Chapman. To the drivers out there, I think we've got the onboard cameras fixed up. It may have kicked you out, possibly, drivers, if you were using an onboard camera. So if you can hear this and you're watching the stream, please hop back onto the onboard link that Dean provided earlier. And you can hop back in without any issue here. And you know what? I think... You know what? It's not going to work the best. However, though, I am Now officially in here. There we go. We got the booth. We got everyone in the booth here with us. So we get set to go. Veterans provisional up for grabs here, and the 7 men that we have in here at least. Very special job in what they have done to help our country out.
Yeah, absolutely. Just taking a look at the list that we have here from the start of practice here. Brian Lawson leading the way. He had himself a 4-year stint in the U.S. Navy from 1986 to 1990. So definitely dedicated to his country there. Jonathan Tahavchin is currently a firefighter with the McGee Volunteer Fire Department. Andy Patton was a member of the U.S. Air Force from 1980 to 1992. So a dozen years there for Andy Patton. Harold Klump, currently running 4th in practice. He was a member of the Phillipsburg, New Jersey Fire Department from 1996 to 2005. Ryan Etsy there in this, or Elzy, I should say, is currently a firefighter with the Lakes and Straits Fire Company in Wingate, Maryland. Michael Vecchio, Lambertville, New Jersey Police Department for over 35 years. So dedicated the bulk of his life to serving the people of Lambertville, New Jersey with the police department there. Bob DeGood, a member of the U.S. Air Force from 1970 to 1976. And Jeff Barker, just joining the server right now, was a member of the United States Marines from 1988 to 1994. And just also going to give a shout out as well to Scott Rayome. Can't be with us tonight, but he is a New York State Corrections Officer. So shout out to Scott and all of these drivers that have served their country and their cities for a good portion of their lives. So the practice session just on the tail end here for the veterans race tonight. Currently 8 drivers in this server. Brian Lawson with an 18.2 flat, 18.296 for Jonathan Tahavchin. Andy Patton with an 18.344. Harold Klump with an 18.409. 18.450 for Ryan Elzy. It's an 8.38 for Michael Vecchio and Bob DeGood with a 19.302. So some pretty good times here for these guys and a good opportunity for them to get a little bit of extra seat time in these 358s before their heat races later on.
Sorry, we got a little bit of needling going on in the background, trying to figure out what's going on. But what we got?
We do a lot behind the scenes.
Yeah, is Barker gonna run this thing? Yeah, I see him joining in. He should race this. Now let's. Okay, so if we're gonna take any early favorites here, I would say the betting favorite's got to be the 21. But the long shots, I mean, the 27's got a chance. 57, 87 definitely got a chance. But I would say early betting money. You think it's on the 21 here?
I mean, I definitely think Jonathan Tahavchin definitely has himself a good shot. Qualified very well in the big blocks. Had a decent run in the 358s as well. But the easy bet would be to say somebody with the number 7 in their number is going to win. There's 5 of 8 with a 7. So just take the easy bet and then be completely wrong when Jonathan Tahavchin beats them.
That would be a good bet to make, though. I feel like the 7 in the number or Tahavchin. There we go. That's the easy general bet right now.
And I mean, you look back at Super Dirt Modified Week last year, one of the drivers in this field, I don't think anybody had worse luck than him. Harold Klump got involved in just about everything as an innocent bystander. I would love to see him have a good run start tonight with this veterans race.
Well, let's get to qualifying here and see how the field will line up for this 20-lap feature for the veterans race. Volunteers, you guys are up next, so stand by for that. And first driver we'll watch here on the track, Ryan Elzy in the 27. So Elsie will set the bar here in terms of his time. Again, drivers have 5 minutes this time to qualify and put laps up. And Elsie sets the bar in an 18:54. Here comes Harold Klump, Andy Patton. Michael Vecchio second, 18:83. Andy Patton, the general, to the top of the charts at 18:536, 4 thousandths quicker than Ryan Elsie. Elsie off the corner. Did he have a better lap time than him? He did not. 18:669. Here comes Patton. Did he do something better and extend the gap? He did not. We'll go to Jeff Barker, the Bird to Beast, 4th quickest on lap 1. It was an 18:69. Brian Lawson up to 3rd. Jonathan Tahofjian to the top of the charts. And 18:476, 18476 for Tahofjian. Let's go back to Lawson here in the 57. 4th quick in the Clear Path Venom Racing number 57. Cross the line. Does he have something better? He does. 2nd quick for the driver of the 57. And Tahofjian, meanwhile, slower, but for the looks of things, he'll have a chance to be the 7th driver locked into the 358 show. Now, the veterans will battle for the 358 provisional. The volunteers, they'll be battling for a big block provisional tonight.
Yeah, now, Marty, if my memory serves me, though, this is for like P25, though, right? So if you would win this provisional, you don't necessarily win this provisional. You may race yourself in. We could see 2nd, 3rd. I mean, we may even see 4th get this spot. We don't know who wins it till, we get further along in the night.
Yeah, that's a great point there, Zach. You want to make sure you're fighting for a higher spot. Indeed, so.
It's more of a safety net. If they're not able to qualify through their heats or a last chance showdown later on, they have that provisional to come back on, lock themselves into the show. So no matter what, they're going to be racing tomorrow night in the feature race. But obviously, you'd like to qualify a little bit higher, lock yourself in, and make your night a little bit easier tomorrow.
Well, let's see. The start lineup here for this one is, again, Tahofjian on the pole. In the number 21 to the outside, it's Brian Lawson in the 57. Row number 2, the General, Andy Patton in car 87. And to his outside, Ryan Elsie in the 27. Row 3, Harold Klump in the 19. Next to the Bird to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Final row, Michael Vecchio in the 147. And Bob DeGood in the 7. So we are ready to go here. The Gears Unlimited 358 Modifieds ready to roll. If you're watching in chat, let us know who you're rooting for.
Definitely looking to be an exciting one here. 8 laps, 20 cars, a provisional on the line, and some good fun to kick off Super Dirt Modified week with the first race of the week.
How about this, boys? We have got 60 people checking in, live and in person. That's awesome. You love to see it.
Absolutely, and we hope to see that number continue to grow today and tomorrow. Glad to have everyone with us here tonight as we're going to get set to go green for the first time this week.
Yes, absolutely. So it's Brian Lawson, Jonathan Tahofjian. That will bring the field of 8 veterans and first responders to green. We're glad you could join us. The first race of Super Dirt Modified Week. Set to go down. They get the green flag. Barney waves it. Here we go.
Great restart for the outside here. That's a good run. He's going to take the lead early.
Brian Lawson gets through, though, with the early race lead after contact from Jonathan Tahofjian. Patton and Elsie side by side for the 3rd spot. Here they come off for turn number 4. Up the hill goes Patton. 3 wide. Harold Klump looks to go 2 for 1. As it's lost, and then Tahofjian and more contact, Zach.
Yeah, if they get too racy behind there, they're going to let those front 2 spread out. That's not what they want to do. It's only 20 laps. You got to get in line. You got to get tight. You got to run those 2 down.
Robert, it is getting hectic from 3rd on back. Elsie trying to pull away from Klump. That 19 looking very fast from 5th.
Yeah, absolutely. Harold Klump got himself a good start, was able to work his way up a couple positions from the drop of the green flag, closing in on Ryan Elsie for position number 3. Andy Patton right there. Jeff Barker up in the fight as well. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Basically all under a blanket right now. Any of them could cough and find themselves up on the podium as we're already a couple laps into this one. Brian Lawson continues to lead the way as Jonathan DeHafton tries to chase him down for the top spot.
So it's a couple car lengths between first and second, Lawson and Tehafjen. And then they've got some daylight here, Zach. Tehafjen up by a second over Elsie off turn 4.
Yeah, it just means he's got a lot of time to experiment here. He can play around. I mean, he's got 15 laps to look for some daylight here. And, I mean, he's already doing it. Looking to the bottom here. Here we go. Battle for the lead into 3.
Ooh, they rub Nerf bars once again. Lawson should get the sleight of hand on corner Rexa here. Edges out to Hofter at the line. Goes in deep and again throws the elbow at Lawson. Up the hill he goes. Rubbing it's racing, they say at times. And Jonathan Tehafjen just proved it there, Robert.
Absolutely. Jonathan Tehafjen able to get by and get that top spot from Lawson. Is Lawson going to fall back now into the second position? Things are getting pretty tight there for the second spot. There was LZ closing that gap. Klump right there as well. It's basically bumper to bumper as they work their way down the back straightaway and into turns number 3 and 4. Tehafjen still your race leader, but it is getting tight here late in the stages of this veterans race.
So the drivers will be running in the volunteers race with the big block later on. Right on board with Ryan Elsie. Field, Zach, though, mostly spread out here. All single file as we're approaching halfway.
Yeah, and, you know, right now if you're JT, you feel comfortable. I mean, Tehafjen, he qualified, I want to say, P6 in big block, so he's going to make the show in the big block. It's all about this small block, and right now he's feeling himself. He's probably not going to need this spot either in this small block, so he's feeling pretty good right now if you're JT.
Watching Barker challenge Patton for the 5th spot. General started back in 3rd, dropped down to 5th. Not a lot of really, when it comes to, I mean, we've seen a bunch of passes here after the start, but it's been a little bit tough to pass here at the moment on this racetrack. But, of course, the track state will change throughout the night, which will open up some grooves here, Robert.
Yeah, it's a little bit tight right now. These drivers trying to throw it in deep and see what they can do, find a little bit of grip out there, make the high side work. Nobody's really been able to do that too much so far as 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all single file behind the Ryan Elsie machine. But Harold Klump, he's a driver that I've been watching so far. He's trying to navigate high side, trying to navigate bottom, looking for a little bit extra to see what he can do to get by there. I would not be surprised to see him step up onto the 3rd step of the podium by the end of this one here. But, you know, Zach mentioned Jonathan Tehafjen having himself a good time here right now. He's leading the way, already locked in the big blocks, about to lock himself in the 358 as well. So he's just preparing for a fun night ahead where he's just going to be able to throw something to the wind and see what sticks.
5 laps to go. The gap at 1 second, and Ryan Elsie now trying to challenge for that runner-up spot here, Zach.
Yeah, and if you're LZ, don't think you don't know. I mean, you know, he knows that JT up front, he's probably not going to need this spot. But if you're LZ, you might need it. And that's on the forefront of your mind. You're thinking about it. You're wondering, how am I going to get around? How do I knife down to the bottom? How do I work underneath? And all this while you got 4 laps to go. I mean, you are running out of time, and you got to make something work, and you got to work fast.
3 laps to go for Tehafjen. We'll talk with your race winner in just a little bit.
You know, the good battle does continue here for that 3rd position. Klump taking a look to the bottom side of LZ once again. And Zach made a fantastic point for a guy like Ryan Elsie, Harold Klump. You want to work your way up in this race. Put yourself in a spot where if Jonathan Tehofjian gets himself into that locked-in spot through the heats later on tonight, you could be the fallback coming out of this veterans race.
Don't know if that was the entry, though, that Ryan Elsey wanted. Off for turn 4, the white flag flies. Final lap here for the veteran himself, Jonathan Tehofjian. Will now be locked into both features with this win, but a chance to start in a higher spot when we get to 358 heats in just a little bit. Checkers wave. JT, Jonathan Tehofjian, the winner in the Veteran First Responders Provisional Race. Lawson second, Elsey third, Klump fourth, Patton fifth, Barker sixth, Vecchio seventh, and DeGood in eighth. So it's Tehofjian that takes the win. Lock himself into. It would be the 7th driver that has locked themselves in to the show. He'll bring it here to the stage. I love how they have the real stage still set up from Super Dirt Week. It just doesn't have the building in the background.
Yeah, it's a nice aesthetic here at the Oswego Speedway on iRacing. Kind of cool to relate to the real world event.
Exactly. Thank goodness they put this event. Thank goodness they put this track in iRacing. They just have to put in though the super modifieds though.
That's right. That's right. It'd be cool.
So, bear with us. Give me one moment. Just trying to make sure all of our audio here is good to go. So Jonathan Tehofjian, so JT joins us in here. JT, it's Marty and the boys up here. You got us?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do.
All right. First off, I know I saw it in the chat last week. Do I have your name correct? Is it Tehofjian? What is it?
So it's Tehofjian.
Tehofjian. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, we got it now. We got it. So, well, Jonathan, nice run. What'd you learn about the track there in race conditions?
Oh man, she was fast. I'm sorry, I'm a little emotional. Hey, when it comes to Memorial Day, when it comes to veterans, all due respect to everybody. Oh man, it's a little emotional, but hey, I'm really happy to park this 21 here in Victory Lane, especially with the veterans, and a big shout out to all these guys that just ran this race.
Absolutely. Well, you're now locked into both shows. You have the comfort of that at least. So, but hey, you still got a really good chance to move up your starting position for the feature come Thursday. If I'm looking here correct at the lineups, well, you're second in heat race number 1, so you're up not too far from now. Really good chance to get yourself maybe a top 10 spot with the win. How do you feel going into your heat race?
After this, I really feel confident. I'm really an open set guy, but with these fixed set, big shout out to Dean Reynolds. I say it all the time for even allowing me to put a footstep here, in the coast to coast. And I love everything he does. He's a great guy, and I'm actually really excited to be here.
All right, man. Well, who do you want to give shout outs to before we let you go?
Definitely Stever's Garage, M&M Customs, Phelps Cement Products. A big shout out to Justin Harris, Champions Racing, Auto Repairs, BizTech Bowling, Legends Racing TV, TVR Racing, all the guys over there. I really got to give a big shout out to Maverick Irwin, Wyatt Handmaker, Tyler Foster, Justin Veal, my son Jonathan, Ryan Frey. They're all helping me out all day to get this car ready for this track here tonight. JT Graphics, Ace Handyman, and most importantly, really Shaggy. Thank you guys for up in the booth for everything you guys do. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well,
Much love, dude.
Yeah, congratulations, JT. Good luck to you in your heat races tonight, all right?
Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
All right, there goes Jonathan Tehofjian, your winner of the Vets and First Responders Provisional for the 358s. Volunteers, your race is up next, so we'll step aside, go to break. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
At Clear Path for Veterans, nothing stands in the way of hope, of healing, of growth. Finally, a clear path. You found your place. You found your place and a clear path forward.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
We're ready to go here for our volunteers race with the big block modifieds. This one should be shaping up to be a good one. The big blocks this week brought to you by Friends of Super Dirt Week. A lot of us included in that. So we'll be back in the broadcast booth. Marty Sakala, Zach Chapman, Robert Hill Jr. As we get ready to go, let's check in with some of you here in the chat. A lot of JT fans out here watching. Ty Dickinson checking in, rooting for Harold. Darren checking in, rooting for Brett. Jason Butterfield, part of the Venom team. Doyle Lawrence says hello and wishes all the best of luck to the Coast to Coast crew. Couldn't run tonight with the PC issues. Get Nasty Motorsports says FTM on top. Let's see here, who else we got? Busy checking in, rooting for Lawson. Our buddy Joe Dirt, Joe Canales, rooting for Andy in that race. We got someone rooting for the Velocity Motorsports crew. Shane Billings, who's going to be running this race in a bit, says Team Canuck for the dub, obviously. Let's see here. Megan checking in. Obviously, we all know who she's rooting for Dino. Let's see here. Who else we got? Isaac checking in, saying hello. We got Ron also watching. Same with Susie as well. Watson had said that his power had just gone out and came back on, so was not able to qualify with the big block. That explained everything. So, again, this is the volunteers race as we prepare to go. Going to ride on board here with a couple of people in this one. One of them being the driver of the number 17, that being Shane Billings. You ride on board with him. And then we will also ride on board with the driver of the number 79 as well. That being Dean Reynolds here. So Dino preparing to go racing. Bless you, Dino.
So Clay Christopherson in this thing, didn't he already qualify in the top 6 for the big block modifieds?
I don't believe he did, no, because he's in the... he starts 6th in the big block heats. That's why. He starts 6th in both his heat races. So if he would have qualified in the top 6, he would not have been in the heat races. So he would have been done for the rest of the night, basically. So.
Okay, because I'm searching these heat race lineups, and I don't see him listed in the heat race lineup. So that's why I was trying to look for. Maybe he was just trying to find a way to race, but I can't find it.
So Dean will be in heat 2 in the center, and heat 3 on your right. He'll start 6th in both of them. So anyway, let's pop up some times here and see how they're looking at the moment. We've got the Brew crew on top. Mike Brewer in the 15, 1782. Clay Christopherson, 1789. Shane Billings, 1791. It's the top 3 at the moment.
So, guys, just wanted to point out a couple of our bonuses that have already been awarded here so far tonight.
Go for it.
The top 3 in 358 qualifying, each receiving a cash prize courtesy of Expert Insulation, $15 to first, 10 to second, and 5 to third. And in the big blocks, Full Throttle Motorsports doing the same for the top 3, 15, 10, and 5. So thank you to both Expert Insulation and Full Throttle Motorsports for being on board for our qualifying portion of the night. We have a lot of bonuses to give out over the next 2 days. We'll touch on those all throughout the evening as they come up. And we have a pile of door prizes that are going to be going out as well over the next couple of days. Brewerton Speedway and Fulton Speedway both giving 4 general admission tickets to an event in 2026. Velocity Race Design giving it a free wrap to a driver at random. Highside Productions providing a highlight video for the big block winner. That's pretty cool. I've seen quite a bit of their work, and it's always something to take a look at. Just Racing Boys Designs is going to provide a wrap to a driver at random. Regal Wraps and Designs also going to be providing a free wrap to a driver at random in each of the 2 divisions. GS Graphics will also provide a free wrap, as will Vertex Graphics. So pretty cool to see a lot of cool wraps going around over the next couple of days. Dirt Car Esports will be providing a free entry to upcoming Pro Late Model event to a driver at random. That's coming up in just a couple of weeks. And Regal Promotions Esports will provide 2 free memberships for the upcoming Big Block season. So some pretty cool door prizes up for grabs over the next 2 days, guys.
Trevor Giroux in the 075 also will be running on board for us. Also be running on board here for us this evening. Philly Flyer getting set to go. So what do we expect here with the big block race? Obviously, it's all about putting the power down and when you time hitting the throttle right on corner exit, guys.
Well, I definitely think we're in for quite the exciting 20-lap sprint for these guys in this volunteer race. And you look at some of the names that we see on the charts. Clay Christopherson had himself a good run in qualifying. Didn't lock himself in. Shane Billings, always strong. Sam Bachman, Trevor Giroux. Of course, Dean Reynolds always finds himself up in a good position towards the end of these things. Might not have the loudest of races, but quietly able to sneak his way up through the field. And just everyone else in this field could have themselves a sneaky opportunity to lock into the big block race. So don't be surprised to see a couple Hail Marys maybe late in this one.
Yeah, we'll just have to see if that is the case going into the night. So it sounds like they are starting to wrap things up here with the practice. I believe they've got everyone. This is basically last call mode before we get our final provisional race going. And so Zach was talking about this too during the break, that you know, we had JT win, Lawson second, and they both have good starting spots for the heat races. So this provisional that we have could go down and down and down the leaderboard as things go, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. There's it could be a domino effect for these guys.
Zach?
Yeah, no, I mean, even looking at it right now, where realistically, guys, okay, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but would you put this at 6th place right now in the on the warm-up chart? Would you give it the 6th?
We'll just have to see.
I mean, I really don't know. It could go anywhere. I mean, really, it could go P1 because let's be honest. Brewer could win this thing. He could go out here and get wrecked in his heat race. You know, I mean, he could have the most unfortunate thing happen to him. So you never really know who could use it. But based off skill, I mean, you don't really know. All these guys are good.
That's the thing. These are some of the best in the business taking part in this one tonight, and provisional might not even need to be used depending on how the heat race goes here tonight, but exciting anyways to see the drama that comes with a safety net position in the big block race. Obviously nobody wants to have to use it, but it's there if they do end up needing it, as this is quite the field. We have 12 cars for this volunteer race so far, as we should be getting to qualifying coming up in a couple moments.
Yeah, so while we wait to get qualifying going, I'm going to see if we can talk to a couple other drivers here at the moment, especially those that may be running this race. Let's bring in the Brewerton Beast himself. Let's bring in Jeff Barker. Barker, it's Marty and the gang up here. You got a copy?
Hi, Marty and the gang.
All right, man. Going into this big block race, How we feeling? It's another special week, a charity week like we always do for Coast to Coast. How we feel going in with the big block?
Me personally, rushed. I feel rushed. I just did all the lineups for the heat races. I've only played like 2 laps of practice.
Still,
But, no, we'll be
ahead.
good.
Yeah, still
We'll be
though,
good.
regardless, a special event though.
Yeah. It's a good time. A little give back for the people that helped me out all season and that help out the league.
Alrighty, well, Barker, we'll let you go. All the best this week, and we'll see how you perform.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty. That
Thanks,
is
guys.
Jeff Barker in the 513. Getting ready to go. I tell you what, Zach, why don't we bring one of the men that's really behind Super Dirt Modified Week. Let's bring in Mr. Dino himself. We'll have Zach talk with him.
Oh man, he might like this. Hey, what's up, Dino? How we doing, brother?
Terrible. The one Oswego I can't do is 0%. So I showed him my time trial run. So 23rd and 24th times, at least I was consistent.
No, but I mean, at least let's be honest. You got to like that we're screwing around a little bit. You guys are getting some practice, some wearing on the track. Maybe you guys will get a little bit of racing in. Do we like it?
Yeah, it's wearing in now, and Jeff's actually just chimed in, so he's going to advance here soon. But yeah, the heats are going to have a 15% state starts too, so it'll definitely be racy for the heats as well. But that was just for time trials. Same for everybody. I just got to learn to get better, but we're happy to be here. We're apologize for the little rain delay we had yesterday, but what a great field, and hopefully everyone at home's enjoying it. And this is a fun event, so let's have a lot of fun.
Dean, I gotta ask you this:
man.
have you seen the view count real quick?
I have not.
We're 60
So I've been-
viewers.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. No, I was busy getting all the heat lineups and the stuff done and everything, and everything's going smooth so far. And thanks for everybody for all their help, guys. I'm definitely gonna watch this broadcast tonight. Although I'm in the very last race, so I'm in the third heat in the big blocks. But but that's okay. We're gonna try like heck to get do the best we can in the heats and try to get in, so we don't have to run the LCSs tomorrow, and then. Hopefully, we'll have fun in the features as well. But no, thank to all you guys for. I'm sure you guys are doing an awesome job. I see there's about 6 drivers doing the cams. So that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, we had so many drivers in it that actually crashed my website. So we had to actually get a new one set up all over again. So
Cool.
But, all
That's
right,
awesome.
we'll let you get qualifying. Good luck, man. All right.
All right, guys. Thanks so much, and hi to everybody. And I better say hi to Megan.
Yes, you better. So
All right.
there we go. Dean Reynolds in the 79 getting set. Qualifying is now underway. First driver we'll watch, Harold Klump in the number 19.
So Harold's one of those guys that's going to get himself quite a bit of track time tonight, taking part in both the Veterans and Volunteers race. Obviously qualifying and warm up for both 358 and Big Block as we'll get his first time up on the boards here. 18.754 for Harold Klump on lap number 1.
Billy Roberts, though, quicker in the 99, 18.722.
Hey, Brewerton Beast is quickest, though. Look at that, 513, top of the charts.
18.700 for Jeff Barker, the 513. Does Roberts have anything better? He doesn't, just a bit off. How about the Sam Akonda, though? Sam Bachman, 6th, though, on lap 1. Now 7th, and 18.87. He went purple in Sector 1.
We'll have to keep an eye on this one here. Is Sam Bachman going to come around, wrap up his second lap?
Mike Brewer, though, quick time for him. 18.680
Wow.
for the number 39.
So Bachman actually dropped on lap number 2 to a 9:09 here. So Brewer still the time to beat. Clay Christofferson has not yet taken a time here in this one. So that's going to be a car to watch late in qualifying.
He's got time, though, to work. 3 minutes to set up. And see if he can put a fast lap together. But a surprising start to things, though, for Jeff Barker. He said he was I I don't know how to put it into words there for Barker in a positive way, but well, I guess things just turned around for him there. Second quick.
Well, he said he was feeling rushed, and he rushed his way around the racetrack, going second quick. His qualifying has actually just come to an end. So Brewer and Barker, the front row here for the Volunteers race.
Take your starting lineup here for the veterans, for the Volunteers provisionals, as the Brew Crew on pole tonight. Mike Brewer in the 15, and the outside, it's the Brewer to beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Row number 2, Billy Roberts in the 99, to the outside, the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux in the 075. Row 3, Dean Reynolds in the 79, next to him, Harold Klump with the 19. Row 4, it's Shane Billings in the 17, next to him, the Sam Akonda, Sam Bachman in the 007. Rounding out the top 10, Ted York in the 09 and Bob DeGood in the 7. And the final row this evening, we have got the 32 of the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano, and Putt-Putt Clay Christopherson, the 51, who elected to skip qualifying. You know, it would not surprise me either here, Zach, if we saw somebody maybe try a back-to-front challenge.
Yeah, and you know, I can't help but smile. If anybody was going to do it, it'd be Clay Christopherson, and he would do it. You know, that guy, he loves to play games. He's all about having fun, and he'll be doing it the whole time with a smile on his face. If anybody could do it, it's Clay Christopherson, but he's got 20 laps to do it. That's not a lot of time.
Show you all the onboards that everybody's got here. We'll pop them all up. There they are. Us up top and the rest of the gang there on the bottom. What is that? 4, maybe 5 drivers with an onboard here this evening? I think it's 4, yeah. So we'll follow them throughout the night. Anyway, field making their way through 3 and 4. Winner will lock themselves into the show. Their starting position, though, will depend on heat races. Barker and Brewer bring us to green. The big blocks thunder their way into turn number 1 at Oswego. Brewer gets off with the jump over Barker. Giroux and Roberts side by side for third. Roberts tries to drive it in. No yaw, though, in turn number 3. Can he clear Giroux, though, off the corner? Barely he can. Well, it's Brewer. That leaves lap 1, Zach.
Yeah, but it's all about that battle for third. I mean, or what's trying to be a battle for third. Trevor Giroux working on the bottom. He's driving it in deep to 3, but he can't get the drive off the 99 high and wide. He's got it. He's holding on.
And now Giroux having to deal with Dean Reynolds in the race for the 4th spot here, guys.
Yeah, great battle for position here as Dean Reynolds trying to close in on Trevor Giroux for that 4th position. Now the field kind of bunched up behind them as they're very close on pace. As Dean going to go up to the high side, Trevor down on the inside, and the battle just absolutely continuing here as just behind them, Shane Billings going to join the fight as well. Thought about giving a bump there to Trevor Giroux. Now going to look up to the high side, maybe going to take a peek 3 wide if he can get himself a run down the front straightaway.
Right on board here with Billings as he tries to ride the Dente through 1 and 2. Yes, it's the t-shirt he's got on today, so little bumper, though, to Giroux off of 2. Allows the FTM teammates Zach to stay side by side for 4th.
Yeah, and it's like you were saying, I mean, there's just nowhere to go. It's where does he's trying. He wants to go somewhere, and now finally he sends it in underneath Trevor. He says, I'm going to work underneath the bottom. Now he's got to get back up. He goes back up top, and man, he's just got to ride in 6. That's no fun.
Right on board here with the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. See if we get a nice corner exit. He's got Billings, though, to the inside at the same time for position.
Yeah, good battle for position here down the front stretch as Shane Billings going to send it to the bottom side of Dean Reynolds here. Up front, though, one thing to keep in mind, Jeff Barker not losing too much time there on Mike Brewer. Actually closed in on him a couple of moments ago. Now Brewer going to get a bit of a run and start to pull away. And just a quick update on the back to front challenge. Clay Christofferson up into position number 8 now as he's going to take a look to the inside of Harold Klump for that 7th spot. So nearly 5 spots, just a handful of laps into this one.
Remember something to keep in mind, fixed setups for the drivers here all week. And this track is starting to slick it up. You can see the drivers fighting through between the tack and where the track is starting to harden up.
No, ding, ding, ding. You hit the nail on the head, Robert. Barker, I am getting more impressed lap by lap here. He is searching. Right now, he's underneath side by side. He can't get the drive that Brewer can here going down the back stretch, but he is only about a lap and a half away from developing a real battle for the lead here on the bottom.
And Roberts is pretty tight in 1 and 2, allows Barker to get a run here, and he's driving through the center of the corner a lot better here, guys. Let's see if Billy Roberts can play a factor in it. As when we come across the line here, Robert, 8 laps to go in our Volunteers Provisional.
Yeah, 8 laps to go, still nose to tail for the top spot. Billy Roberts right there as well. And if these guys race a little bit harder as Barker takes a look down to the inside of Brewer here, side by side into turn number 1. Jeff Barker, he's going to go to the top spot. A little bit of contact on the backside there. Roberts into the back of Barker, but just behind them, those guys 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th closing in as well. So if they race a little bit too tight here, they might turn this from a 3-car dance to potentially 7 for the top spot.
And they almost went shaking here. Robert, you're one of the best that knows a modified here no matter where you go. Look how much those drivers are hanging on the right rear, how much they're shaking up and down. It's like it's chilly out there.
Oh yeah, they're putting quite a bit of force on that right rear tire as they're working their way through the corners. You see the guys up on the high side, especially Billy Roberts. He is just lifting that left front tire down the front straightaway into turns number 1 and 2 again. Brewer sends it deep. Dean Reynolds right there. He's about to jump into this fight. And I said it, they were about to go from a 3-car dance to potentially 7. Looks like at least 5 coming on scene now as we're coming down to the final few laps of this one. Just 4 laps to go in the Volunteers race. It's Barker leading over Roberts, Brewer, Reynolds, and Billings, your top 5.
They're basically one-wheeling it here around Oswego, and now Roberts looking for a chance at the race lead over Barker potentially. Does he have something up on the cushion off of turn 4? Not just yet, Zach. 3 laps to go.
No, but he's going to get it. If Barker doesn't get upstairs and shut the door, he is going to come storming in with the draft here. 3 laps to go. Barker pulls away.
Here he
into
goes.
3, off of 4, 2 laps to go. Can he steal this thing?
He's there. Billy Roberts, top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Looking for the race lead off for 2. Roberts takes it in the 99 for right now. Can he clear Jeff Barker, though, is the question. Barker keeps it on the bottom, and Roberts up on the wall for just a moment. Allows Barker to get some leeway. Final lap underway here in the Volunteers Provisional. Brewer and Billings become a factor in this one. Who is going to lock themselves in? Billy Roberts has Jeff Barker cleared. The Brewerton Beast drives it in deep, though, through 3 and 4. Is it going to work? It won't. Billy Roberts takes the win in the Provisional.
Wow. Race, boys. What a race right there. That was phenomenal. And this is just for a provisional spot.
That felt like there was $100 on the line there.
Oh, man. That was awesome. What a drive.
Give it up for everyone here. But Billy Roberts takes the win and locks himself in. And again, it'll go down the leaderboard 1 by 1.
Now we go racing, boys.
Yeah, now we go
Absolutely.
heat racing in just a moment. And a lot of people giving their flowers to the Volunteers for an excellent, excellent race there. And we'll talk with Billy Roberts here in just a bit. Heat races are next for the 358s. Time to grid, folks. Stand by. They are coming up shortly. All right, Billy Roberts here with us. Billy, wow, what a race that was just for a provisional. Take me through that winning pass on the top side.
Yeah, she's hooked up there. I didn't think it would work, but I kept staying in it, and my spotter kept telling me, "Hey, it's coming in," and we drove around them. I don't know how we did her, but we did her, Marty.
I mean, you almost caught the boilerplate there in the top of 3 and 4 too. I thought for a moment that was going to allow Barker to get back in it.
Yeah, and they were cussing me for that.
Well, now that you're locked in, I know you want to get a better spot in the heats in just a bit. What do you expect for heat races?
Uh, Stay out of trouble. You know, there's a lot of people in here, a lot of egos, a lot of great drivers. So let's just stay out of trouble and see if we can make it work.
Who do you want to give shout outs to before we let you go?
All my teammates over Leadfoot Mafia, all Tom, Mike, Randy, Junior, you guys for broadcasting, of course, Coast to Coast for giving us a place to race, and Gears Unlimited, my company, Battalion Motorsports, A&J Landscaping. Oh, I forgot Jake over there too. Tanner Tomasi and Caleb Durgan for helping me out on the sim so much.
All right, Billy. Well, we'll let you go. Congrats on the win. You're in the big block show Thursday night. Good luck to you in your heat races, all right?
All right. Thank you.
All right, Billy Roberts taking the win. And with that, we will step aside and head to break. 358 heats coming up next on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
At ClearPath for Veterans, nothing stands in the way of hope, of healing, of growth. Finally, a clear path. You found your place. You found your place and a clear path forward.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Back with us in the booth. Welcome back, everyone, to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Marty Sakala with you alongside Zach Chapman and Robert Hill Jr. We're just waiting for the 358 heat races to load up here in iRacing before we go. But So far, gentlemen, wow, some great racing, especially last time at the last one. That one really sold the show.
Yeah, you couldn't really ask for much better than that one. Quite the battle coming to the line there. Didn't know exactly who was going to get it as we worked our way through turns number 3 and 4, but right down at the end of it, just able to sneak by, grab the victory. But what a show here so far tonight. We haven't even hit the heat race portion of our evening, so we are definitely in for a treat coming up here in a couple of minutes. We're going to have our first heats of the night, and we have a lot of excitement still to come.
Zach, what are you thinking so far?
Well, looking forward to it. How many laps are these heat races? Let's talk about this a little bit, because well, I'd be lying if I was doing this just for you guys. With my my head injury, I'm spacing a little bit. What are we looking at these? So we
I
should have
believe
3 heat races
Yep.
for each thing, right?
There will be 3 heat
Okay.
races, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Robert. I gotta get it loaded up here on my end too. After I had to restart my computer earlier on, I believe it's 3 heat races, 20 laps, top 6 transfer.
That is correct. Yeah. So 20 laps per heat race, top 6 transfer, and the top 3 from each of those races, of course, gets to make the trip down to Bill Calder Victory Lane, and we'll have a chance to talk to them after each of them. So basically repeating what we just did with the veterans and the volunteers, 20 laps. We're going to do that 6 more times here tonight. And if it's anything like that volunteers race we just had, oh my.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned we haven't mentioned that yet tonight. Bill Calder Victory Lane is what we have renamed our top 3 podium to in honor of one of our founding fathers of this series, Bill Calder, who we sadly lost within the past year. And Bill was a phenomenal guy. Got to meet him up in Knoxville for the Nationals a couple years back. And we continue to miss him dearly. So we're waiting for the heat races. We're not able to show you anything else really at the moment, but let's talk to some people here. I want to see who else is in the Discord that we could possibly bring in. That also has a camera. You know what? Let's bring in the young hot shoe himself. Let's bring in Rylan Banks, and we'll bring him up here on Video Ninja. Rylan, it's Marty and the rest of the gang. You got us?
Going, guys?
We're going good. Alrighty, man. Well, so far, how are you feeling about your car coming out of both practice and qualifying for both cars?
Well, I mean, I was hoping to join Chad, Shane, and Matt with the top 6 there, but I barely missed it. So we'll make it work. The car felt good. I just got to make sure I stay off the wall. I have a tendency to do that here at Oswego.
I know you were a spectator from last feature, but what were you thinking about what we just saw moments ago in that volunteers race?
Well, I was trying to watch lines, but it's a big block, so they can run them different with how the track was. So I'm not too sure going into the small blocks what to expect. I'm going to keep that in mind for the big block heat, but we're kind of going into this one blind here, so we're hoping for the best and just run clean, stay off the wall, and after 20 laps, hopefully I make it in.
Zach, I'll let Robert go first here. You got anything for Rylan?
Yeah, obviously a lot of drivers gunning to qualify in just 6 spots in each of those heat races. What is the key to locking yourself in through them tonight?
I think given my starting spots, the key is just going to be consistency. Just run some clean laps, at least to the start. And, if I lose a spot or two, I just settle in, find the line that works for me, and yeah, hang on. Because I got some strong competition behind me.
Zach?
Yeah, I'm going to go the other route. So we both know, let's be honest, okay, you're getting in the show, brother, okay? you got the talent.
Wood to knock on.
Yeah, you're getting in the show. So when we get in the show, how do you get yourself into the rhythm? What do you do the first 10 to 15 laps? What do you like to do? What's the song we sing? What gets you in the rhythm? What gets you to your happy place?
Well, last year And another league I ran, we do Oswego with about 100 laps, 75. And I've had a tendency to use my tires up too soon in those races. Now, I mean, I worked from the back in both of those, so I worked myself up the field and kind of held on as best as I could. This time, I think I'm going to try to hang on to those tires as best as I can. And after, I don't know, I'm not sure how long in the race. I might get some advice from Chad and Matt. They seem to be pretty good at it. But then we'll start to turn it up.
Well, hey, brother, you're one of the best we got. Expect a lot from you. Go out there, keep the head straight. Go out there, pick one up.
I'll do my best for you.
Rylan, who do you want to give shout outs to before we let you go?
All my sponsors, and I want to shout out Clear Path, the charity we're going for here. I want to thank you guys for putting on the show and commentating for us, and everybody who showed out to support. It means a lot, and it's a great cause. So I'm glad so many people are involved, and yeah, we're ready to go.
All right, yeah, well, it looks like we are ready to go, so we'll let you go, Rylan. All the best of luck here tonight, all right?
All right, thank you.
I believe you're in the which chat are you in? I'm gonna guess the Canadian.
Yeah, the Canadian. Yes, sir.
All right, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
They're probably at the same time probably watching the Canadians game all together at the same time. So, but hey, don't worry. I'm still rooting for the Habs even if they beat my beloved Sabres. So,
Oh man.
all right.
It's hard. It's hard to cheer for Montreal. I'm an Ottawa fan. Obviously, we didn't make it past first round or past 4 games, but it is hard to cheer for Montreal still, even though they're the only Canadian team left.
I heard you and Warren on the call, Mike Warren on the call on the Dirt Vision broadcast, bringing up hockey, and you were like, "Thank goodness you're not in Montreal" or something. I'm like, and I texted right after. I'm like, "Thank you so much for being an Ottawa Senators fan, although I can't stand what happened in 2007.
Oh man, yeah, that it's crazy that it's almost been 20 years since that matchup, but hopefully next year we could try it all again.
Shaggy, you a hockey guy?
Pittsburgh Penguins, brother. What are we talking about?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I remember you saying that too in the past. I couldn't remember off the top of my head. So it was either Penguins or Flyers.
No, not the Flyers. I don't want to talk about it. Hey, we'll give them one. Okay, so what? We'll give them one. They can have one. Big deal.
All right. Well, 358 drivers, your session is open. So heat races will be taking place in just a couple of moments. Now, I believe how it's going to go, and I have to look at everything here again. Now, they're doing the heats in separate sessions. They're not going to be doing the heat races all together, or else that's just going to mess everything up on the iRacing system. So, we'll watch everything here. And so again, we have the 358 lineups, and again, these 358s brought to you by our friends out at Gears Unlimited. We've got 14 drivers here in the first 2 heat races, 13 in the third. And so we're just waiting on 2 drivers. So heat 1, your race is ready. It's time for you to load in the system now. You don't have a lot of time. Got a couple people checking in. Connor rooting for Carolina. Wow. As a Canadian, that takes guts. Ty Dickinson says, I'm too Iowan for this. What's hockey? Got a question in here for you, Zach. It's from Inix. Says, Shaggy, what wheel do you got? Also glad you're feeling better.
I run that. I think I have an R9. It's a Moza. I think I have the R9.
All right. I wonder if he's asking about specifically the rim you have attached to it.
Oh, that's another great question. I don't know. It's the I don't know,
It's that one.
yeah, it's that one.
Well, we know it's something made by Moses, so I hope that answered your question, all right? So, all right. Let's show you some of your favorite drivers here. There's Mason Hine in the clear path, number 89. And we'll show you some of the times here. The drivers are running as things stand. So Murano currently quickest at a 18:148. And it's followed by Wislowski, Tohafagian, Kincaid, and Hine. All right, I think Matt has the answer to your question, Zach. It looks to be a Moza KS.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I was literally typing that in the YouTube chat. Yeah, whenever you did that. I've smarted myself. I figured out I could look at the hardware. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that.
All right, just waiting for one more driver here, then I believe we are good to go for heat race number 1. For those in heat race number 2, your race should be should be warming up as soon as heat 1 wraps up. Ty Dickinson says Matt's such a know-it-all.
And Tom Atlas just joined up.
All righty.
And he
There we
will
go.
get in here, get a lap or two in, and then they'll advance.
So I'm sure we'll give Atlas some laps around here before we go racing, just so we can get feel for the track. Now, Robert, I believe Dean did say that the track state's going to be at 15%, correct?
Yeah, I believe you're correct on that one. Actually, just taking a look at it here. Looks like we started with 0% for practice, and then for the race itself will be what we've put together through the warm-up session. So we'll just carry over.
There's a look at the Magic Ant-Man himself, Anthony Morano, the Super Dirt Car Series number 32. It's going side by side with Caden Roy there in the 05.
So another quick thing to keep an eye on here in this one,
Sure.
Tehafagen took the provisional earlier on in the veterans race. That's going to come into play here in this heat. If he's able to lock himself in, that provisional could fall back a little bit further in that vets race earlier on.
What I have on my end, it would go to Brian Lawson next in the 97.
There we go.
And then Lawson starting second in heat race number 2. So the next driver in line that could take it possibly is Ryan Owsey. And I'm just looking here in mine. I don't see Owsey.
8th in heat 2.
Ah, yes, correct. So that could be one to keep in mind here. So alrighty. We're ready to go for the first of 3 heat races this evening for the 358s. Take a look at the starting lineup here once it's made available. And so here we go. Is on the pole, we've got the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32. To the outside, Jonathan Tehafagen in the 21. Row number 2, Joey Ladaseur in the 23. To the outside, Brett Wislowski in the 3. Row 3, the Professor, John Hine in the 71. Next to him, Mason Hine in the 89. Row 4, Caden Roy in the 05. And to the outside, George Proctor in the 152. Rounding out the top 10, it's Keith Kincaid in the 117 and Barry Wallace in the 210. Row number 6 is Mark Billen in the 02. To the outside, it's Tom Atlas in car number 68. In the final row, the Bassman, Roger Craig. Good to see him back with us this evening. And Bob DeGood rounds out the grid in the number 7. All right, boys, heat race number 1, top 6 transfer in, 20 laps. What are we expected here in this one? We'll start with Zach.
You know, I mean, really, I'm nervous here. You know, if you're inside of the top 4, you should want to stay there. If you're inside of the top 6, you know, obviously that's you inside of the top 6 makes it. But I just don't know. It's this first heat race is going to say a lot. Are we going to be able to pass? Are we not? We're going to find out here. It's going to be interesting.
Well, we're about to find out. Anthony Morano and Jonathan DeHoffagen will bring us to the green. A packed back straightaway at the Clay Palace of Oswego Speedway. Off of turn number 4, Dave Barney has got the green flag in hand. Winner starts 7 tonight. Top 6 transfer. We're green at Oswego. Morano gets off to a good start. To Hoffagen second, side by side for third between Joey Ladaseur and Brett Wislowski. Ladaseur with the clean air right now at the moment until Tehoffagen. Diamonds turn 4. Lap toward the line, led by Morano with Tehoffagen on the tail, Robert.
Yeah, good drive here so far for Jonathan Tehoffagen as we've got a bit of chaos towards the rear of the field. I believe that was Keith Kincaid. We got one around here, Marty.
That's Barry Wallace of the 210 bringing out the first caution of the night. Let's get a look at what
It doesn't
happened.
take much to create chaos here, boys.
No, it does not. First, John Hine got sideways, which is what you saw. A little help as well to save it thanks to Proctor. And then Wallace, it looked like Zach. He tried to get underneath Caden Roy, and around he went.
Yeah, and you saw the same thing I saw. Something's got to give, and he wanted to go down there and go to the bottom, but 3 cars weren't going to make it into the 2-car slot, and it's just 3 cars, 2-car slot. Something's got to give.
Yeah, Caden was already setting up his quarter entry, and it was just such a shallow entry for Wallace there in that situation. That's why yellow came out on the speedway.
So we're only 1 lap into this one, still 19 laps to go in our first heat race of the night. And I mean, you look through the field, there hasn't been too much movement here so far. Wislowski and Ladiseur swap positions as well. Mason Hine and John Hine switching spots. But for the most part, everyone kind of staying where they started. Haven't had too many opportunities really to gain any sort of momentum. But on that initial start, we saw Jonathan Tehoffagen kind of give the bumper a little bit there to Anthony Morano, trying to throw a little bit of aggression into this one. So we'll see what we have when we come back to the green flag here in a couple moments.
Well, we reset the field. Anthony Morano, Jonathan Tehoffagen, row 1. Brett Wislowski, Joey Ladaseur, row 2. Mason Hine, John Hine, no relation. That is row number 3. And again, top 6 transfer into the big show on Thursday. Good hold from Morano. Go ahead, Zach.
Mason Hine did not want to go on the bottom. You saw John Hine. He was shot out of a cannon. He got his spot back and then some, easily back up there into P5.
And now Caden Roy trying to take advantage of that transfer spot.
Ooh.
Just barely, though, clears Mason Hine. And I don't know what you saw there, Zach, but it looked like John Hine almost got sideways racing Wislowski for a spot.
Yeah, Wislowski almost clipped the inside wall. Ladaseur got around him, moved Joey up into P3, and now he's got the front 2 in his sights here. If he can go get some. Now we got one in the wall hard. That's George Proctor.
Oh.
He's around.
Yeah, Keith Kincaid also involved. And Proctor, he is stuck up on the fence where he'll need a tow back to the pits, and that he does. Tough break for the 152, not the heat race that he has wanted. Caution flag waves here on lap number 6. Robert, what happened here in the back?
Yeah, just taking a look back here at what just happened to George Proctor. It did not work out for him too well. Ended up in the fence, and looks like his night going to be over. Going to have to go through an LCS tomorrow.
Here's another angle. That was
just backing that one up here.
Yeah, that was just past, I believe that's typically the Australian gate. Up there at Oswego, we're right on board with both Kincaid and Proctor.
Yeah, looked like a little bit of contact there. Proctor getting sent up into the wall from that right rear of Caden Roy, and that kind of triggered everything else behind. Very, very close, nearly collecting a couple other cars at the tail of the field, but kept it to a 2-car incident here to bring out our second caution here on lap number 4. So early on, a bit of caution trouble for heat number 1, but we'll see what they have when they get set to go green again.
Yeah, and I think that's a big winner for Ladisor in that 23, man. He kind of just got up in there to P3, but it was a long way to go after getting by that man in P3, and now he's right sucked up to him. This is a big winner for that 23 machine.
So ready for the restart here with 8 laps, actually check that, 6 laps complete. We come across the line, it's Morano to Hoffagen, Ladisur, Weslowski, Roy, and Hine. That is the top 6 at the moment as we're ready to come back to the green flag. Our scoring will update here in just a couple of moments as Morano is the race leader. De Hoffagen looking around the outside for that race lead. Not able to do it. The top 6 though, all single file. Here comes Hine with a bonsai move underneath on Caden Roy, looking for 5th here, Robert.
Yeah, good battle brewing right here now for the 4th position. Joey Ladisor on the inside. That's Caden Roy up on the high side, looking to get himself a bit of a run off of turn number 2. Following behind the Brett Weslowski machine. Weslowski had issues earlier on as we're going to jump up to the front, though. Side by side, battle for the race lead. Inside to Hoffagen, outside Morano as they're wheel to wheel, headed for turn number 1. Still side by side for the top spot.
The high side was the place to be late in the Volunteers feature. Morano still clearing to Hoffagen for right now. Zach, what's it going to take for that 21 to get back to the front like he did in the Veterans Provisional?
Well, he better make his move right now because that 3 is coming. Weslowski is going to get up to the outside through 1 and 2 if he doesn't make his move soon.
Right outboard with that 3 car. Final transfer spot for now belongs to John Hine, company from Mason Hine. To Hoffagen, trying to slide it there through 3 and 4 and force Morano to go up the hill just a little bit, but yellow is on the speedway. That's for Barry Wallace in the 210 again. And that was starting to get good, fellas.
Yeah, absolutely. Great battle for the race lead. Good battle for the final transfer spot as well. Now these drivers are going to have the opportunity to take a quick breather and get themselves going once again. And just looking back at the incident there for Barry Wallace, I got to wonder if, oh no, he clips the inside wall with the left front tire. That sends him up into the outside wall, and it's night over for Barry Wallace. He's going to head to a last chance showdown tomorrow. But these drivers are going to have an opportunity to take a bit of a breather, re-rack it, restack it, get set to go again. And we got to keep our eyes on Brent Weslowski. He was able to pick up pace here in the closing laps prior to that caution flag. Zach, you called it out a couple times. That 3 machine's on the move.
Yeah, well, I mean, first off, I mean, I'm willing to call a spade here. I was on the 23. I was pulling for Joey there. He was up to P3. I was pulling for the wrong man, though. That 3 on the outside, he happened to be the quick man. That was Lowski on the outside. He's rolling. We're going to have to see if he can take advantage of being on the bottom now. You know, going to be on the inside. We're only halfway here, so we shouldn't. Actually, now that I say that, do we have 10 laps here?
We've completed.
Okay,
We're past
we
the
will
halfway
have
mark.
we will have 10 to go though. I just heard Jeff Barker do the same thing. Oh, nope, we're not single file.
Nope, it'll be double file
wait.
here.
Yeah, double file restart. Or wait, what's the field doing? We know the field is it is single file, I think. I don't know. We're figuring it out here, one lap at a time.
Yeah, it depends on what they're saying on iRacing. So it is single file, correct? This will help out Morano just a little bit. And I believe they turned the lights back on to allow for this restart in just a moment. So I believe that
Yeah, they extended it because they have just to get rid of the confusion here. It was single file restart. Single file the rest of the way.
All right, we'll try this again. Back to green. So Morano holds serve here on this restart. To Hofchen, Wieslowski, Roy, Ladesseur, John Hine. Nobody able to make a move amongst the top 6 just yet. 9 laps to go. Definitely what I guess you could say it is what Hines sort of wanted, with it being a single file restart, so we have a little bit of a gap on 7th.
Yeah, good gap between John Hine and Mason Hine. What do we got there, Jackie?
Leader in the wall. Morano lost the lead.
So a new race leader, Jonathan Tehofshin, out to the point with 8 laps to go, and Morano fighting for 2nd. Here comes Wieslowski on the bottom. Tom Atlas has crashed, no caution. We stay green. A very quick look at that pass for the lead as you see Morano way too high. And the caution flag is out. Oh my goodness! Morano up and over the fence as we come back to live coverage. Drivers battling for 2nd, Hine and Wieslowski. A little bit more than contact. They get into it with each other and are into the B main.
Wow. That changes everything here.
It absolutely shakes up the top 6. I'll get you
Roger
another
Craig
look
is
at
one
that.
spot out of 6th. He is one spot out of this thing.
Not clear.
No, definitely not clear there. And that took out quite a few cars that had themselves in contention to transfer directly from the heat race. Now, what this does is it just makes the LCSs tomorrow even more stacked than they were going to be already.
So here's how this top 6 is going to look when we come back to the green. Tehofshin will lead. Caden Roy moves up to 2nd. Joey Ladesseur 3rd. John Hine 4th. Keith Kincaid 5th. And Mark Billen 6th. And Zach, like you were mentioning, oh, that would be a feel-good story if the Bassman can make the feature out of the heats.
Oh my God. I mean it, wouldn't it? Like, come on, boss man. Like, let's go. I'm rooting for you, Roger. Let's go, baby.
So we should have 5 laps of racing to go. Big restart here as it's crunch time in the first of 3 heat races tonight. Back to green. DeHofchen able to hold serve, pull away from Caden Roy. Let's keep an eye on 6th as Roger Craig is 2 car lengths back on Mark Billen. How will this battle take place here, Zach? We'll just have to see.
I don't know. He's got 5 laps left to go get it done. I mean, the Bass man, let's call it what it is, man. He's one of the creators. He is one of the biggest legends around this place. He got this thing going, man. He is one of the people that got us doing this. So we'd love to see Roger go up here and get it done. Oh, no! He goes around. No yellow flag. We stay green.
That was Proctor in the 152, and yep, you're right. Craig lost some time there. Morano gets past it. Same with Bob DeGood. Brett Weslowski now the first one out. Now we'll get a quick look at what happened in that situation. Racing Proctor for a spot.
Oh, Bob DeGood goes around in contact with Roger Craig. Are we going to get a caution?
That's how that started, and now, yep, you're right. DeGood got sideways in 1 and 2. We stay green. Leaders in turn 2 with DeHoffigen. Billen with a final transfer spot up 1.5 seconds on Brett Weslowski. This was a guy that started 11th. And it's the final transfer spot. White flag flies. Final lap here in heat race number 1 for Jonathan DeHoffigen. Our winner of the Volunteers Provisional, and that would be going to Brian Lawson as of right now once the checkers fly in this heat race. Off of turn 4, Jonathan DeHoffigen, the winner of heat 1. He'll start 7th on Thursday night in the 358 feature. Rice 2nd, Lotta Sewer 3rd, Hine 4th, Kincaid 5th, and Mark Billen in 6th. The rest of the field will go down to the B main tomorrow at 6:30.
That was chaos
Yes,
at the end
it
of that
was.
one, guys, and not what I was expecting. But Jonathan DeHoffigen locking himself in, and shout out to Joey Lattiser, one of my regulars up here at the Cornwall Motor Speedway. He locked in position number 3 as well.
Let's get JT in here. Jonathan, Smarty and the boys, great performance. How's it feel coming out there with a heat win and now with a 7th starting spot for tomorrow?
Oh man, sorry Shaggy, I got a lot to go down the radio. It's just hard to hear you for a second.
Oh no, you're good. That was Smarty. How are we feeling coming out of that one? Now you got a better starting spot tomorrow. You start 7th and a good heat win there for you.
Oh man, I'm not sure if my camera's on, but man, there's a big smile on my face right here. Wow, my heart is definitely down south right now. Oh man, I am ecstatic.
Take me through, first off, the pass on Morano. Looked like he just got too high. You were hanging out on the bottom, and you took advantage of it.
Big shout to the TVR guys, Justin Beal, my son, everybody that's spotting here for the 21 here tonight. They were telling me what to do. We were just trying to capitalize, hoping Anthony would make a mistake, and unfortunately he did, and I was able to capitalize, and I just can't thank these guys enough for helping me out here.
What did you learn tonight before the feature this week, before the feature tomorrow?
Definitely the track is amazing. Definitely throttle control for one. It feels like if you're to like floor it in, try to catch a guy, that stuff is not going to work for you. It seems like when I was coming down the backstretch, I was full throttle. I'd let off, and it seems like I was off the throttle all the way around the corners, and punching it all the way down coming out. But oh man, I can't explain how I feel right now. I'm just so ecstatic.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Oh, definitely the guys that have helped me. Big shout out to Justin Veal, my son, Ryan Frey, Maverick Irwin, Tyler Foster, all these guys that are putting, trying to get me up front. But my sponsors, Stevens Garage, M&M Customs, Phelps Met Products, Champions Racing, Auto Repairs, BizTech Bowling, Legends Racing TV, TVR Racing, JT Graphics, Ace Handyman, and most importantly, you and Marty and Shaggy for broadcasting.
All right, we'll let you go. Well done, and all the best tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
All righty. That's Jonathan DeHoffigen, and we'll go very quick on second and third here. Caden Roy, runner-up. Shaggy will let you take this one.
Oh shit, Caden, what's up, man? Shaggy in the booth, brother. How we feeling?
Phenomenal.
You're kind of you're hanging out most of the time, and all of a sudden you're in P2. What were you thinking when those guys in front of you got a little frisky, man? You had to be happy.
It was just like, I don't even know what I was feeling. I saw him like creeping up the racetrack slowly, and then I watched him like there was no room, and I just had a feeling that I was coming. So I went right to the bottom of the racetrack and avoided it barely, but I felt like I was just hanging out. And like you said, I was in P2 out of nowhere, and it just kind of shocked me.
Well, hey, man, what are we doing this thing? 50 laps, right? 50 laps for the feature? Is that what this thing is? Is it 75?
I believe it's 75.
Okay, maybe 75.
75.
That's even better. What are we thinking? That's a long time. I mean, that's to the point where games are going to be played, where guys are going to shut their car off for 25, 30 laps. I mean, how do we wait around? How do we make sure we got a car left? I mean, 75 laps is a long time.
Yeah, I think I'm like, as of right now, just want to be patient, avoid everything, try not to get myself in trouble early. And then maybe we'll sneak up there I'm just hoping for like a top 10, top 5, especially with the field we have. Like, there's a lot of good people out there. And I mean, I had nothing for JT in the heat race. So, I mean, I just want to hang out and keep everything in one piece.
Well, the more I'm listening to you talk, and you have no idea who I am or what I've been through, but I got a bit of a brain problem. Had a stroke about 13 days ago, so I'm slowly coming back. But dude, you sound more and more like a Roy than a Wah. The more I talk to you. What are we going with here?
Yeah, I'm definitely a Roy.
Yeah, dude. I knew it. Hit the nail right on the head. Go get him, brother. We'll be rooting for you, Caden. You're going to be rolling off, what is it? P7?
11.
What?
No, 10.
11? Yeah, 11. So right outside the top 10, man. Go get him. It'll be a good time.
Thank
You got
you,
anybody
guys.
you want to thank?
Well, I definitely want to thank all of you guys for hosting this. It's definitely a great cause to what it's going for. Everyone that's also participating in this. I mean, it's great. All you guys that are just putting this together. Yeah, I mean, no one else really. Yeah.
Well, hey, go get him, brother. We'll be rooting for you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
And rounding out the podium will be Joey Lotta Sewer. And let's bring Joey in very quickly, and we'll let Robert speak with him.
Yeah, Joey, great run coming home inside the top 3 for that one, locking yourself in to the feature race tomorrow night. Walk us through that one, and how much fun was it battling for the top 3 spots?
It was, it got a little hairy there when I think the 32 and the 3 got together there. I had to kind of clinch up my butt cheeks and sneak through there, but that was the move that made the difference. I guess we managed to sneak through there and hang on for a 3rd place, so we're pretty happy with that. I don't know how we're going to do in the big block later, but I don't drive that one as much, but we'll see how it goes, and just glad to be in the show.
Well, definitely glad to be in the show, and you spoke about the big blocks. You're starting on the pole of heat number 2. What do you have to do to keep yourself up there in the top 6 and lock yourself into that show as well?
I think basically the same thing here. I didn't really push the issue too much. If guys had a bit of a run on me, as long as we were stayed in the top 5, I wasn't going to force the issue. It just, you see what happens, like, what happened with the 2 guys in front of me there in this race. They're in a qualified spot, and now they're going to have to fight from deep in the from the back or in the B main or whatever they got going on tomorrow there. So, we got a long races tomorrow to get to the front. If it's not one spot in the heat race is going to make the difference. So I think the big blocks, like I said, I was able to get a decent lap in time trial, but my consistency is not 100% in that one. I haven't driven it since this race last year, so we're just going to probably get a few laps in after tonight and just try to get ready for tomorrow too. But hopefully we'll just have a simple, clean race like we did in the small block and get her in the big show too.
Well, we're going to get set here for heat number 2 coming up in just a moment. But first, any shout outs you want to give, sponsors you want to thank?
I just want to thank all the boys in the Canadian chat. They've always welcomed me in I don't race a lot with them, but when I'm there, they're always real kind and they're always good with giving advice and stuff. So appreciate having them and appreciate everyone that's putting this together. It's for a great cause, and shout out to you guys up in the booth as well.
Well, there you have it. That's your third place finisher from heat number 1, Joey Ladisser.
All right, we'll step aside. Heat 2 ready to go. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
At Clear Path for Veterans, nothing stands in the way of hope, of healing, of growth. Finally, a clear path. You found your place. You found your place and a clear path forward.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Heat race number 2 for the 358's just about ready to go. You see the times as Ryland Banks was the quickest in 18:19. Followed by Connor Ross, Bud Molyneux, Ryan Elsie, Brian Lawson. That's the top 5. Again, keep in mind the provisional. Brian Lawson currently has the Veterans Provisional at the moment.
You know, you look through this field here in heat number 2 as they're going to get set to hit the grid here shortly. You got guys like Dean Reynolds starting back in the 6th spot. So he's right on the bubble right from the start of this one. Ryan Elsie, that would be the next driver in line to get that provisional from the veterans race. So there's a couple stories deep. I mean, Andy Patton somewhere on that lineage for that provisional as well from the veterans race. I think he's much further down, but it's going to be quite interesting to see who qualifies from heat number 2 and if we have as much chaos as we had in the first one.
In the words of Ty Dickinson, heat 2 is stacked. So they have got... Uh-oh. All right, I think we're good. Apologies for that if we just had a drop out there for a moment, but ready to go now for heat race number 2. Robert, we'll let you take the starting lineup here.
Yeah, starting on the pole here in heat race number 2, driving the 76 on the pole. It's the young hot shoe. It's Ryland Banks alongside the driver that currently has the provisional from the veterans race, Brian Lawson, starting outside row number 1. Row 2, it's Bud Molyneux on the inside. Connor Ross to his outside. William Watson and Dean Reynolds make up row number 3. Row 4 is Mike Stryker and Ryan Elsie, with row 5 belonging to Andy Patton and Mike Watson. Row number 6, the penultimate row here in heat number 2. It's Pat Boyce on the inside, Rob Shaw to the outside, with Rob Cassidy and Todd Holloway rounding out the 14-car field. Again, top 6 will transfer 20 laps the distance here in heat race number 2 in the 358s. And of course, the division sponsor for the 358 division is Gears Unlimited. Shout out to Gears Unlimited being on board here tonight and presenting the 358 action.
All heat rates this evening brought to you by Hawks Garage. Check them out for more details. So Zach, what are you watching out for here in Heat 2 as we're a lap and a half away from going green?
Honestly, Andy Patton, he's P9. He shouldn't be there. I'm surprised Andy Patton is on the outside of a transfer spot. I'd love to see that 87 get up to P5, P4, get himself in a transfer spot. Now, who up inside of the top 6 is going to get knocked out? That's the question. It's going to be interesting.
You see the 3 drivers that have it on board here in this one. Ryland Banks, Dean Reynolds, and yeah, just those 2 as they'll be ready to go green in just a couple moments. Again, heat race number 2, 20 laps the distance. Top 6 transfer. Keep an eye on Brian Lawson. He's got the provisional at the moment. If he makes it in, it'd go to Ryan Elsie. If he makes it in, it'd go to Harold Klump. Green flag is out. Heat race number 2 underway. Good jump off the corner, though, for Banks. Lawson trying to stay back on the gas, side by side. Big slider from Banks in that 76. Crossover from Brian Lawson. Here comes as well Daddy's Money. Connor Ross in the 3rd spot, but it's Lawson who leads lap 1, and they come to blows. Ross takes advantage, moves up to 2nd. He wants the lead off of turn 2, Robert.
Yeah, down to the inside lane. Connor Ross going to go out to that race lead. He's going to check up. Bit of contact there with the 57 of Lawson, as now down to the inside. Here comes the young hot shoe, Ryland Banks, trying to charge his way back to the race lead. Still side by side off of turn number 4. Give that lap to Connor Ross.
They are playing rough and rowdy at the moment. Look at this packed house already off of turn number 4. Ross, Lawson, Banks, Molyneux, Watson, and Reynolds. That's the top 6 of the moment. To get right on board here in car with the young hot shoe, Ryland Banks. Look at him just trying to drive it in deep. Man, he's got a handful there in turn 3 and laid it all over Lawson. That's a great onboard shot we're watching here with Ryland.
Yeah, Ryland Banks doing a really nice job holding on to that 3rd spot, having a handful with that machine as he's going to slide up a little bit, nearly gets into Brian Lawson. Bud Molyneux right there, Dean Reynolds and William Watson holding on to the final transfer spot currently, but Mike Stryker and Ryan Elsie right there on the outside looking in. You know Elsie would love to lock in, and Harold Klump would love him to lock in as well.
Meanwhile, in all of this happening here, Zach, Connor Ross is starting to open up a lead of 6/10. We'll go on board with Dino.
Yeah, Connor's absolutely loving this. He just wants it to stay green. He needs it to stay green, but the battle for 6th is really tightening up. That 15 to the missile, Mike Stryker is trying to find a way by the 23 of William Watson, but he can't find a way by, boys. 13 to go.
You know, Robert, I don't know if you're looking in car as well with Dino here. That wheel is not even straight one bit. He's got that wheel consistently hanging on to the left.
Oh, yeah, you got to keep that wheel absolutely cranked here. You can see the back end kicking out of that machine as he works his way through the corners. And as soon as you get on the straightaway, you're prepping for that next corner, cranking it right back down as Dino doing a really nice job holding on to position number 5. And, you know, Connor Ross leading the way here in this one. He's separated himself from Brian Lawson, but Lawson has not been able to separate from the young hot shoe as Ryland Banks holds on to position number 3. He's going to make contact with the outside wall. That's 76, an absolute handful right now.
Yeah, that was a very close call there for Ryland and D. Let's keep an eye on that final transfer spot, though, here, Zach. William Watson with it at the moment with his FTM teammate in front. but Mike Stryker trying to steal it.
Yeah, Mike's he's in a hard spot though right now. But if Dino keeps being too aggressive here, making these moves, he's putting William in a tough spot. William's going to be forced to go down, make a move, and when he does that, the 15's going to open up the can here and maybe get the spot. 9 laps to go this time by.
LZ also a part of it here at the moment. Field all
Yeah, you watch
go ahead,
5th, 6th,
Robert.
7th, and 8th, Marty. These guys are absolutely on top of each other. And like Zach mentioned, if Dino makes even the slightest of mistakes here, he's going to open the door for a handful of cars behind him to sweep on through and put themselves in a good spot. If I was Dean Reynolds, I would definitely be trying to get up there and get past Bud Molyneux because you do not want those Hornets to get free of the nest behind you.
Stryker, though, trying everything he can do to get past Watson here with 7 laps to go. Also keeping an eye on Banks. He's caught Brian Lawson for the 2nd position. But again, all our eyes on this race for the final transfer spot. Watson, 2 car lengths between him and Stryker, Zach.
Yeah, and it's not getting any closer. You notice, I mean, whenever Dino doesn't misbehave, the gap opens up between Stryker and Watson. When Dino starts experimenting, starts, messing up a little bit, that gap tightens up between the 23 and the 15. And with 5 laps to go, if Dino just behaves, he's not going to get William into trouble. And I look for that to kind of stay that way.
Battle for 2nd, though, getting interesting. Banks looking low on Lawson for the runner-up spot. These guys have been racing hard all night long here, Robert. 4 laps to go.
Yeah, 4 laps to go. Great battle for the 2nd spot. And if Ryland Banks is able to get clear here of Brian Lawson as he works his way through the corner, once again, still side by side, they're catching up to the back end of the Connor Ross machine. Now single file down the back straight, or the front straightaway, I should say. Banks going to take a look down to the inside. He might have something here for Connor Ross in the closing stages.
Connor got a little bit tight there off for turn 2, and Banks is going to have a chance, but he hit the Jersey barrier there.
Battling for 6-2, boys. Watson to the outside. Dino on the bottom. He falls back. Caution flag waves.
Oh, boy. Pat Boyce has crashed, and we've got a late race restart. It is
oh, man.
getting
a
wild.
2-lap dash, boys.
Here's a look at what
I was
caused
not ready for that.
Yeah, nobody was. Here's what caused it. It was at the back of the field. Oh! Doc Watson, I think, caught the Jersey barrier and caught Pat Boyce, and that was the last thing that Connor Ross wanted to see, or William Watson. Definitely not the yellow that William wanted, because I believe the last completed lap, Dean was still in 5th. Am I wrong there, Robert, or no?
Dean was in 5th, but something that has just occurred here, guys. Brian Lawson has been handed an end-of-line penalty. So from the 3rd position, he's going to drop to the rear of the field, it looks like. That is something, I'm not sure what happened there, but that's going to create a little bit of chaos here.
I have my mic on, so it was given to him by accident. He's told to stay there. They're going to clear that penalty. It wasn't given to him on purpose. It was an accident.
Fabricated storylines all around.
Well, he would have been in the show regardless anyway because of the provisional.
That's true, and yeah.
Yeah, good point. Very good point.
Yeah, so this will be a 2-lap shootout. We will go into overtime, I believe. And we'll just have to see what happens. Pace car is in. Connor Ross, Ryland Banks, Brian Lawson, Bud Molyneux, Dean Reynolds, William Watson, the top 6. A green-white checkered. Or is this a one-lap shootout? This is a one-lap shootout instead. So they got the green and the white together. And so Watson hanging on for the final transfer spot. That basically just about ends any sort of racing we have, unless drivers send it in very deep. Checkered wave, and it's Connor Ross, the winner of heat race number 2. Banks second, Lawson third, Molyneux fourth, Reynolds fifth, and Watson in sixth. Everyone else will be vying for B-main spots. But it's Daddy's money, Connor Ross, that gets it done. Your winner of heat race number 2. We'll let Zach take this one.
Oh, we got him up here already.
Yes,
hey,
we do.
Hey, little one. How we doing, Connor? Big win, brother. How we feeling?
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good. Is it weird to say I'm more nervous for these than like real life racing? I don't like when I won at Brighton, my first race, Labor Day Classic. I don't think I was this nervous on like a restart with 5 to go. This, I don't know why, but no, this was awesome. I think we ran a perfect race. Just got tight there the first lap or two and got into Brian, so I'm sorry about that. And I knew second place was coming, and I figured he was around the bottom because around the middle of the top, I couldn't stop bouncing the car and spiking the RPM, so I figured I'd shut it down, try and roll the bottom at least to minimize that. But yeah, I think a pretty good night.
Yeah, man. I mean, you watch those two, they get to race, and I think it was lap 2, maybe lap 3, they get to touching, and they opened up the bottom through 1 and 2. What's going through your head at that moment?
When they're racing side by side, Oswego's great, but when you get into the bumps, you got to expect anything. So I knew I just had my foot hover in the brake, sorry, just in case anything happened. But I knew as soon as I watched them go side by side into one, I seen the inside car get tight, and I knew they were both going to push up, and I knew I was going to have to fill that gap as quick as I could because I knew he was probably going to come back down and not block the lane, but slow it up at least so I didn't get a good run off. But no, we were able to get a good run off, and wish we didn't have that last restart there, the caution, but it's racing.
Hey, man, you're rolling off P8. A lot of time to go out there and get that thing done. So go out there, get that thing done, man. We'll be rooting for you. Who you want to thank, and who you want to thank before you go out there and get it done.
Well, first off is I load the race car tomorrow, so I figured I'd run tonight and see how I did. So I'm iffy on if I'm going to make this race. So hopefully we can load it in time and get home and I race for this. But I got to thank Shaggy TV, Mobile One, Brighton Speedway, Glenn Steyer's Racing, In the Shop, Executive Bookkeeping Services, Driving with Haley, Howden Media Group. I got to thank everybody at Coast to Coast, Dino, Jeff, Bob DeGood, I think Jack hit as well. Everybody behind the scenes for putting this on. This is a yearly thing I always look forward to, and I got to thank you guys for doing an amazing broadcast. You guys are phenomenal, so can't thank you guys and everybody who puts this on enough.
Don't ever thank Shaggy TV before you thank Mobile One. Hell of a job, Connor. Congratulations, brother.
Thank you. I'm glad you and Marty are doing better this year. It's good to see.
Appreciate it, man. Connor Ross finishing in second. We'll go to second, and it's Ryland Banks, the hot shoe, the young hot shoe. And I was going to put him on the onboards, but he left before I could. Robert, it's all you.
Bad.
You're good. You're good now, Ryland. No worries.
So, Ryland, you started on the pole there in heat number 2. Had yourself a good battle with Connor Ross there coming to the end. What more did you need to get up there and get that move done for the win?
Well, as I said before, I needed to stay off that wall, and I didn't take my advice, and I hit that wall. But no, I think it was about 5 laps left. I decided to finally just go back to the bottom and see what was there, and I got speed around Brian, so I tried to stick with it. And I think him and I both were closing in pretty good to Connor, and had I stayed off the wall, it might have been a different outcome. But it was a good race, for everything that had happened there at the beginning. We all stayed clean, and yeah, I couldn't have asked for more. It was a good race with Brian. I had fun.
Now you're starting on the pole for heat race number 3 in the big blocks. Did you learn anything from starting first in the 358 that you can put into play for that one?
Not send it so far up the track in 3 and 4 on the first lap. That wasn't actually the plan. The car just pushed on me. But I think I'm just gonna try to stick to the same kind of plan and just stay off the wall better than I did this time, and I just feel it out for the first few laps because there's 20 laps. There's lots of room to make up for any, like if you choose the wrong line to start, you can make up for it if you find the right groove for you, and that's what was happening for me there. I found a groove that was working for me and ran out of time and ran too close.
Well, any shout outs you want to give before we send you off to get ready for your heat later on?
Yeah, I still want to shout out for the charity there, Clear Path, and shout out you guys, all the sponsors that were brought on tonight to sponsor the event. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Gator Tough, Lens Cove Marina, Galley, Fin Freaks, Snap On, and then Vertex Graphics for whipping up Matt Barber's, Chad Lackey's, and my rap tonight. It turned out awesome. I might be a bit biased, but I think it's the best one out there. Yeah, that's a bit biased. But yeah, I just thank everybody involved. It takes a lot of people to get this working the way it does, and it turns out great. So,
well, there you have it. Your second place finisher, Ryland Banks. Best of luck in the big block.
Thank you. See you guys.
And we will round out the podium here with Brian Lawson, who does not need the provisional this evening. Brian, you're in the show. Take us through how that race was from your perspective.
That was a fun race, man. A little rubbing here and there, but between the three of us, we were getting kind of down and dirty, and it was a fun one, man. Absolutely.
I love you, Brian. I love you. You're the best. You're the best.
Thanks, Shaggy. Hope you're doing well, brother.
Anyway, well, Brian, before we let you go, who you want to give shout outs to?
I just got to thank you guys for doing the broadcast. Dean and everybody at Coast to Coast, they do so much to put this on. I wish I had enough free time to be able to help with the league, but it's just, I'm too busy. I mean, I haven't even raced in 2 months, believe it or not. This is, I decided to kind of come out for this. I just been so busy with work and working on the house and so on and so forth. But, got to thank you guys for the broadcast. Clear Path, for veterans. You got to love our veterans, man. They do so much for us. I got to give a shout out to Mission 22 and give a shout out to my guys at Venom Racing.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go. Well done, and all the best on tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, brother.
So that will mean the provisional will go to Ryan Elzey if he does not make it through the B main tomorrow. So we'll step aside, take a break. Heat 3 on the way next to the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
At Clear Path for Veterans, nothing stands in the way of hope, of healing, of growth. Finally, a clear path. You found your place. You found your place and a clear path forward.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Final heat race for the 358s is set to go down here. 358s brought to you by Gears Unlimited. Marty Scala with you alongside Zach Chapman and Robert Hill Jr. We're waiting on one more driver to grid for the 358 Heat 3. We won't say his name, but if he is watching, you don't have that much time to join. See who's checking in here. Heat radio. Oh, they're saying it in the chat. They're saying it in the chat. Ty says, Isaac, we're waiting on you, buddy. Isaac next is Heat 3. Oh boy, we love our fans. Isaac was wondering if this is 358s. And so, yeah. So moments away from beginning that final heat race. And we'll be good to go once it's time. Looking at some of the drivers here.
There he is.
Logan Wentz in the 118. Did Isaac show up? He did.
He did.
Oh,
Last
Isaac.
second.
If he wins this race, oh, you know.
Dude, I can confirm Jeff Barker was just saying in the drivers meeting, because I have the chat on. Jeff Barker was saying, yeah, Isaac Salas isn't going to make it. It stinks, blah, blah, blah. And right as he said that, Isaac Salas connected. So he says, okay, we'll give him 2 minutes or so. We'll let him get in here, get everything ready. So they're going to give him a few extra minutes to make sure everything's okay and connected here, and we're good. But, yeah, he is going to make it.
Good.
They're just being nice. That's good.
Yes, indeed. There's Isaac. There's the Venom Racing Super Dirt Car Series number 5. He'll start from pole in heat race number 3. Again, we are back on tomorrow for B-Main and features. It'll start at 6:30 right here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. After this heat, we've got 3 more heat races for our big blocks. Same distance and same amount qualified. Final heat race. Zach, give us the starting lineup.
Starting on the pole, the 5 of Isaac Salas, to the outside of the front row, the 18 of Logan Wentz. Inside of row number 2, the 99 of Billy Roberts. To the outside, the 67 of Ty Dickinson. Inside of row number 2 or 3, Harold Klump. To the outside, Jeffrey Barker. Row number 4 to the inside, the teddy bear, Ted York. To the outside, Joe Canellis. Row 5 to the inside, Scott Tice. To the top shelf, Alton 4th. Row 6, Jason Butterfield. To the top shelf, Michael Vecchio. And rounding out the field all by himself there in row number 13, or row number 7 there, Ed Harris.
Something
Sorry,
happened
boys.
with
the stroke.
Something happened. No worries, understandable. Something happened with Isaac underneath when they were coming into formation lap.
There he goes.
Robert, let's see what happened here. It looks like the wheel wasn't connected or something like that, because you see how the Hoosiers
Yeah,
look.
it looks like it wasn't calibrated potentially there, Marty, because it just hooked to the left immediately. All the wheels just to the left side, hit the inside wall. So Isaac Salas going to come around. He'll catch up and take his spot at the top step of the podium here, but a little bit of damage already on the 5 machine before we've even looked for a green flag.
Yeah, you see it on the front nose clip.
And let's be fair, the rest of the drivers probably having a bit of a laugh at him as well.
Probably.
So,
even us.
Yeah. That's what you get when you show up last second. So less cars in this one, 13 going to start, 20 laps the distance, top 6 qualify. So we're going to take about half the field here in heat number 3.
Keep an eye on the first provisional out of this. Currently Billy Roberts. If he makes it in, next driver would be Jeff Barker as we're green. For the first heat race, for the final heat race, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry, these are 358s. I was thinking big blocks. Anyway, we're going. Isaac Salas with the lead through 3 and 4. Billy Roberts low. Wanted that second spot from Logan Wentz, but Ty Dickinson trying to thread the needle at the same time here. Zach as Salas leads lap 1.
Yeah, and notice how Isaac does it different than everybody else. He's about a half a lane lower than everyone on corner exit, and it's beauty. It's really he's writing a book out here. But then as soon as I say that, look at Logan Wentz. He is on the outside looking fine in that 18 machine.
Yeah, that's the onboard with Logan in the car with the sweet LED lighting in the background. Looking for that race lead. Salas has him clear, throws the slide job at him. You see Salas with some rear end damage as well at the same time. Crossover though from Wentz. Salas back on the gas first here, Robert off for 2.
Yeah, Isaac Salas doing a really nice job holding on to the lead. He likes to enter the corner a lot shallower than anybody else, but that time Logan Wentz was able to get the nose in there and stop that entry that Isaac Salas has really come to love here so far. And don't count out Roberts as of yet. He currently holds on to that 3rd position in the 99 machine. Has himself a provisional early on as we're side by side for the lead. A little bit of contact there. Logan Wentz going to lose some ground as Billy Roberts going to take a peek. He thought he was going to go for the middle side right there. Not quite able to do so as Wentz back to the bottom. Salas up top. Battles on for the race lead.
Wentz showing the nose on Salas. Let him know he's there. Does he throw the slide job at slide job? Yes, he does. And Salas counters it back. New leader at the line. Give it to Logan Wentz at the stripe.
Yeah, you don't want to get caught up, though, man. It can be so quick. You remember what happened to the Ant-Man in his heat race? Now all of a sudden he's in the B-main tomorrow night. You got to be smart. You're in the show right now.
A little bit of a later slider, though, from Salas. Allows Wentz to clear and forces Salas to race Billy Roberts for the 2 spot. But what's more, Isaac shows the nose underneath, Robert.
Yeah, Isaac Salas losing a bit of ground here in this one as Wentz holds on to the top spot. Salas down on the inside. Roberts up on the high side. Ty Dickinson right there as well. Things are getting real tight between Salas and Roberts right there.
Maybe too tight.
Contact for the lead. Wow, these guys are racing tough so far at the backside of the transfer spots. By the way, Klump and Barker currently inside. York and 4th on the outside looking in.
What a save by both Wentz and Salas. Here comes Billy Roberts trying to capitalize. A little slider of his own. 3 wide for the race lead for just a moment. Here in Slide Job City. Let's see what Logan Wentz can do in 3 and 4. Another slider of his own. Billy Roberts counters it back. Isaac Salas trying to go through for the race lead. It's 3 wide at the stripe. Oh, baby, this is some good stuff as we're halfway home.
Where the hell did this 99 come from? He was sitting P3 for the longest time. Shot out of the cannon. I mean, he's your leader.
Oh! What do you...
Don't look now. Ty Dickinson up there in the fight as well, guys. It's a 4-car dance for the top spot. Roberts up to the high side. Wentz on the bottom. Side by side for the lead once again down the back straightaway. Billy Roberts with the advantage on the high side. Wentz trying to send it deep. Salas and Dickinson right there as well.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what are you thinking if you're Ty Dickinson? Hoping the top 3 take each other out or something like that. He'll try to go 3 wide of his own off for turn 2. They instead went 3 wide with Roberts for the race lead, but the 99 has both the 5 and the 18 car clear. 7 to go at the line, Zach.
Ty Dickinson is crazy for coming up and getting his nose, sticking his nose in this thing, man. And right when you think Isaac's out of it, he's falling back, 3rd, going to battle for 4th. Isaac Salas shoving his nose right back into this battle for the lead. The 5 on the bottom.
Salas there with Billy Roberts with 6 laps to go. Almost clipped the jersey barrier there in turn one. You can see some sparks flying for just a moment. And now Logan Wentz going to watch this battle pretty closely as well.
Yeah, side by side through turns number 3 and 4. Billy Roberts up top. Isaac Salas on the bottom. Salas with the advantage. He's going to blink and disappear as he works his way down the front straightaway. Salas jumps back. Now still holding on to that top spot, but not by much over Billy Roberts as they're going to work their way around and come to 4 laps to go.
So 4 to go at the line. Does Salas have the lead? Yes, he does. Edges out Billy Roberts there by a door. Clip the jersey barrier again there, Zach. Somehow hangs on to it, allows Roberts to try and fight back.
Man, and it's just barely. Somehow those guys are fighting door to door, nail to nail. Isaac's got it that time off of 4. He lead 3 to go.
Almost did it again with the way he's entering in turn number 1. Salas able to clear Billy Roberts. 99 car trying to fight back. No yaw from Salas, though. In 311, Roberts to slide his way through. 2 sticks up in the air, 2 laps to go. Behind them, the race for the final transfer spot on here, Robert. Ted York wants a piece of Jeff Barker.
Yeah, Teddy York looking up to the high side. It's Barker running that middle lane, trying to hold off a great run here by York. Here comes Barker. He slides up. York into the outside wall. White flags in the air. 1 lap to go for Isaac Salas.
Don't blink here. It's not over yet. Isaac Salas started on pole in Heat 3. Faded back a little bit thanks to some awesome racing with him, Logan Wentz, Billy Roberts, and Ty Dickinson through 3 and 4. No one has anything for Isaac Salas. Slide job takes the win in Heat 3. Wentz second. Roberts third. Dickinson fourth. Club 5th, Barker 6th. They are all in the show.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
What a battle between those guys. The top 4 all together, and Harold Clump lock it in.
Dude, I don't even. Who is this?
It's the booth, Isaac. Come on.
Oh my God!
Sorry,
you're
what?
up here already. What's up?
I got pulled in. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I
Winner,
pulled
winner,
him in.
chicken dinner.
Nice.
Man,
Heck yeah,
Isaac.
guys. How's it going, man?
We're good. Man, that got nervous for a moment when we hit the formation lap, but you were able to figure things out.
Oh my gosh, my wheel, it usually, you know, it has a certain setting on there, and then yeah, dude, it was changing a different color every couple seconds. I was like, well, that's not good. And all of a sudden it like blinked back red, and I was like, oh, I can go. So but yeah, man, what a mess.
How were you able to hold off both Logan and Billy?
Oh, guys, let me tell you, I was struggling there. You could see the rust. I could tell you that.
Well, you pissed it away there for a couple
Oh,
laps, and then you
yeah,
found
thanks.
it again.
Thanks for reminding me. No, I finally started to figure out how to hit the bottom of 3 and 4 again, and it was giving me good runs into 1 and 2, and I just kind of had to stay even. Really, I mean, try not to overdo it. I hit the inside wall a few times there, and but yeah, I mean, once I kind of got my entry and my center kind of in a good spot for 3 and 4, I started to get back in a groove, and I was telling the guys, I was like, come on, please give me a good exit here. Like, oh man, it's definitely been a while.
Well, Isaac, who do you want to give shout outs to on this run?
Yeah, man, I don't even know how to do this anymore, to be honest with you. But big shout out to all those guys over at Venom Racing, Dean in the Super Dirt Car Series for always supporting me. Where do I even go from here? It's been like what, 2 months?
Yeah, been a little while.
JRB Designs for this scheme, RSM Trackside, Mission 22, Top Notch Trucking with my Grams, Shaggy TV with you as well, Mr. Zach. Happy to hear your voice. Other than that, thanks to lovely Miss Kelser for letting me hop in here real quick. I was working on a race car and came back home just in time to do this apparently. So that was cool. And then other than that, thanks to everybody that's here for this awesome event, man. It's I'm excited to be back with everybody.
Alrighty, well, we'll let you go. Well done, and all the best of luck in the feature tomorrow. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Isaac Salas taking the win out in heat race number 1. Heat 2, finishing in second. Logan Wentz, real quick, he is with Robert.
Yeah, Logan, you had yourself a real solid run in that one. Led a handful of laps, but not quite able to take the win at the end. What more did you need to get by Isaac and take the win?
Honestly, after him and Billy got together, probably just another lap. I don't know. I got into the inside wall and bobbled it a little bit and kind of just screwed myself up a little more than I thought.
Now, looking ahead to the big block heat race coming up, you're going to start 7th in heat number 2. So a little bit of work to do to lock yourself into the big show. What do you need to do in that one to get it done?
Just stay consistent and keep the car clean. Hopefully, just make my way through field.
Well, Logan, the floor is yours. Any sponsors you want to thank, shout-outs you want to give here?
Yeah, Expert Installation, Super Dirt Car Series, Castleberry Flagstone. You guys for putting this on Coast to Coast, for doing all these charity events and donating to all the good causes that they donate to. And all the boys over at FTM for having me on the team.
Well, that's your second place finisher, Logan Wentz. Best of luck in the big block heat.
Thank you.
And we will round out the podium with Billy Roberts in the 99 and is with Zach.
Billy, Shaggy brother, what's going on?
What's up, buddy?
Hey man, you're having a pretty good night all in all. P3, who knows where we're starting in a 75 lap race. Doesn't even matter. We're in the show, man. How we're feeling?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. I think I gave that one away, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but man, let's call a spade here. This 75 laps tomorrow. I mean, you could give it away a couple times and be able to bring it back. I mean, what's it mean to just be in the show? I mean, it's got to mean something to you.
Oh, well, the competition in this thing is fierce. It's unbelievable. Just to be where I'm at, qualified where I did, I couldn't be happier, Shaggy. I'm very happy. A little disappointed with that run, but all in all, like you said, it's a long race, and we'll get there.
Yeah, man. Fast forward the time clock a little bit. We're running big blocks a little later. You'll be in heat 3, P2. You feeling even more confident? Can we make another show?
Oh, most definitely. We got a good shot. I mean, there's a good group of field there with Rylan. You know, Rylan's always fast. Brian's always fast. Connor's always fast. And we got Dean in that one, so who knows. But all in all,
I love the way you did that. You know what? I'm going to cut you off right there. Congratulations, Billy. That was awesome, man. You got anybody you want to thank on a good run?
of course, you guys for broadcasting. Glad to see you're better, by the way. And Leadfoot Mafia, all my teammates over there, Gears Unlimited, Vitaly Motorsports, A&J Landscaping, Tanner Tomasi for all the help he gives me, and Caleb Durgan as well. And Coast to Coast for putting this on.
You get it done, Billy. Give him hell.
Thank you.
All right, that's our 358 heat races in the books. Big block heats. Stand by. Heat 1, you are up next. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
At ClearPath for Veterans, nothing stands in the way of hope, of healing, of growth. Finally, a clear path. You found your place. You found your place and a clear path forward.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Big blocks ready to go here at Oswego Speedway. Welcome back, everyone. Marty Sakala with you, alongside Zach Chapman, Robert Hill Jr. here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Night 1 of Super Dirt Modified Week, as we are now into the big block heats. So, boys, Robert, we'll start with you first. What did we learn from the 358 heat races that could be taken over here to the big blocks tonight?
Well, we learned that these guys are not afraid to throw it 3 wide any chance they get. We've seen quite a bit of that here tonight. Some beating and banging as well. These guys are not afraid to throw the gloves off and have themselves a bit of a rough time out there, but it has produced some phenomenal racing, and I really do expect that to carry over here into the big blocks.
Zach, how about you?
Yeah, it's with the big blocks we get a little bit more racing. I would say it's not as line dependent. You have the more motor, or the extra motor, I should say. So you can power your way out of things. You can use the bottom, you can use the outside. So we should get a little more 2-lane. It shouldn't be as line dependent, but you will still see the bottom, the top. It will still be a little bit dependent. We will still see guys float to one area of the track, but should be a little bit more racy. I expect to see some good racing here in the heats, or in the 20-lap features, I should say. Our heats, 20-lap heats.
Look at Tom Atlas there in the 68, as drivers are in their meeting right now as they get ready to go. We'll be live tomorrow at 6:30. Starting things off with 2 358 20-lap LCSs. Top 3 will qualify from each. Same with the 2 big block 20-lap LCSs. And again, our big blocks here tonight, brought to you by friends of Super Dirt Week. Heat races brought to you by Hawks Garage. So they have wrapped up. Alrighty, we're ready to go. Let's meet the field and give you your starting lineup for heat race number 1. On the pole, it is Doc himself, Mike Watson in the 006 to the outside. It's Butters, Jason Butterfield in the 93. Row 2, it's the Brew Crew. Mike Brewer in the 39 to the outside. Barry Wallace in the 210. Row 3, Bob DeGood in the 7. And next to him, it's the Sam Akonda, Sam Bachman in the 007. Row 4, the Teddy Bear, Ted York in the 09. Next to Mason Hine in the 89. Rounding out the top 10 this evening, Bud Molyneux in the 883. And the Professor, John Hine in the 71. Row number 6, Ryan Elsie in the 27. Tom Atlas in the 68. And rounding out the grid this evening, Scott Tice in the 24 and Caden Roy in the 05. That's how the grid looks as we get set to go racing. Well, who are we keeping an eye on here for heat race number 1? Zach, we'll start with you.
I could. The cheater here is Mike Brewer, but Sam Bachman, I would say P4. Where is he? Going to start outside of row 2. Yeah, Sam Bachman. Keep an eye on him. Yeah, I don't think he'll win this thing, but he could get up to second. Keep an eye on Sammy.
Robert, how about you?
I'm going to keep an eye on John Hine, one of those guys that's on the outside looking in. He's going to start outside row number 4. Had himself a good run going in the 358 heat earlier on. Another chance for him to lock himself into a big show coming up here in just a moment as we get set to go green.
Well, here we go. Top 6 transfer into the show tomorrow night. The 100-lap feature tomorrow night. 20-lap heat race. We're green for heat 1. And they really scattered all over the place. Bud Molyneux very high through 1 and 2. Brewer clears with the early race lead. Hind racing Bachman for position number 3. 3 wide for 5th with Roy stuck over the middle. LZ Butterfield racing for that at the line. Lap number 1 led by Mike Brewer.
Yeah, Brewer leads the way here down the front straightaway as Bud Molyneux holding on to the second spot. It's Mason Hine and Sam Bachman battling it out for positions number 3 and 4. Side by side behind them, though, Ryan Elsie up on the high side, Jason Butterfield on the bottom. They're going to bang wheels. Open the door here for Caden Roy as he took a look to the bottom side, not quite able to get there.
Hang on, both of them. We're saying whoa Nelly for just a moment. Caden Roy first one out of a transfer spot. Looking for 6th spot here on Ryan Elsie. Can't make the pass work just yet here, Zach. Caution, hold that thought.
Yeah.
We've got Atlas around just under the flag stand. And that right front, the front end as a whole is demolished. See what happened. Atlas has been really fighting an ill-handling car this evening, an angry setup. This time, though, he got oh, man, that's a heavy hit. He got hooked from Bob to go at the place that you don't want to hit, one bit.
Yeah, unfortunately getting sent down into the opening there, and that's going to absolutely destroy the Tom Atlas machine. He's going to have to come through one of the last chance showdowns tomorrow night coming up right here, and we'll have all that coverage, of course.
Those barrels doing the magic, but still no brakes at all. And luckily, all drivers do get a quick repair. And thank goodness for the yellows.
Might need a massage, too,
Yes.
after that one.
Just slightly.
Just a slight one. He'll feel it in the morning, all right? How's that?
Absolutely.
Now, if you're Caden here, you know, you're bunched back up, you're getting some life breathe back into that machine. You gotta find a way to get up inside the top 6. This is your lifeline that you needed.
Well, we will stack the field up. Brewer and Molyneux, row 1. Hine and Bachman, row 2. Butterfield and Elsie, row number 3. That is the top 6.
Surprised Brewer didn't choose the outside here. He could have. You know, that's his teammate on the outside of row 2. That would have helped his teammate. He chose not to here. That may come to hurt him.
Back to the green, and Brewer immediately clears. This allows Molyneux and Hine to go side by side for the second position. And the Venom Racing car hanging on for right now. Able to clear Hine. Here comes the Samaconda, Sam Bachman with Butterfield behind them. But the race for 6th. New driver in that spot possibly in a moment here, Robert.
Yeah, good battle for that final transfer as Ryan Elsie currently has the spot. Caden Roy takes a look down to the inside. Teddy York right behind them as well. Is it side by side?
Oh, hang on! Hine and Butterfield went over the barrier. And
Green flag still out though, guys.
How of all ways?
And all of a sudden, John Hahn up inside the top 5. Good night.
Both Hines, 1 in 5th, 1 in 6th. Caden Roy moves up to the 4th spot. But man, oh man, did this race just change in an incident. A tough break for both Butterfield and Ryan Elsie. Let's get a quick look here and see what happened on the replay that forces Butterfield to the pits. There was contact with Hine in the 89. We'll rewind the footage here. And this started, Hine hit the jersey barrier from the looks of it, and Butterfield got caught up with nowhere to go, and Elsie also was just then trying to save it from there. So,
well, it's Hine that hits the barrier, but he's still in one of those transfer spots.
Yeah, I don't know how he didn't lose the left front and all of that. Scott Tice, first one out in the 24, just 4/10 back on the 89. Best battle though for second, Zach. Molyneux and Bachman.
Yeah, Molyneux holding off Bachman for now, but Sammy B, I mean, he ain't going away. Bachman is always quick. He's always going to hang on. He's going to put up a fight, but if you're Bachman, how bad do you want to fight? You know, do you want to risk losing that spot? I mean, there's only 9 laps to go.
I mean, you definitely got to think there's only
Caution,
9
hold
laps
the
to go,
thought.
but you still want to create a buffer there, Zach, just in case of a caution.
And it's right here with
There
Ted
is
York.
that caution.
Tom Atlas also
Yep.
getting a piece of it, trying to avoid the 09. Just caught the wall by himself.
So we'll re-rack them here. We'll have about eight to go, I think.
It looks like it.
I mean, you look at how things are shaking out with those cautions. Scott Tice started 13th, now just 1 spot out of a transfer. So it just goes to show if you put yourself in a good spot to even be lucky with caution flags, you can find yourself in the big race. And Scott Tice right now just 1 spot out, and a couple of those cars ahead of him have some damage from earlier incidents, so might be able to take advantage of that.
I'm used to Scotty Tice playing in some pro late models. You know, he comes from a league that my dad and a couple of the older guys playing. It's a 50, I think 55 years older. It's a bunch of old guys, but he's good in the pro late models. That's where he's coming from, and it's neat seeing him play around in these. This is part of his playing ground.
We'll try this again.
Well,
Single
so far,
file.
so good for him.
Coming to the restart. 8 laps to go. Brewer, Molyneux, Bachman, Roy, Hine, and Hine. Top 6 cars at the moment, and Hine looking on Roy. The professor trying to take him to school for 4th, but watch the race for 6th. Scott Tice trying to pounce, dancing with the double though. Through 3 and 4, can he get the drive on corner exit? No! Hine by a quarter panel, they touch.
Yeah, Scott Tice taking a look up to the high side once again as Mason Hine running that inside lane. Great battle for the final transfer spot here as we got a battle for second as well. Sam Bachman up to the back bumper of Bud Molyneux as they work their way down the front straightaway now through turns number 1 and 2. Molyneux catching up to the back side of Mike Brewer, and he's got a lot of Bachman in that rearview mirror.
Tell you what, Tice did a great job trying to counter back on Hine clearing, but unfortunately forced to lift after a close call. But 5 laps to go. Brewer still leads by 4 tenths. See if Bachman can get a run here for second. Not just yet, though, Zach.
Yeah, Scotty Tice, it might be time to not play so nice here. We're going to be coming to 4 laps to go. You got to throw the move. Anything you got to throw it now. No more play time.
Yeah, top 6 starting to run away. Give credit to Tice, though. Oh, Bachman! Bachman's body caught high! The Samaconda goes around with 4 laps to go. A very rare mistake from the driver that is the points leader in both coast-to-coast 315 and big block divisions on Thursday nights. Well, Scotty Tice just got his gift.
He did, and I mean, I guess it's easy because I did have a stroke 13 days ago. But brother, I'm speechless. It's not very often that Sam Bachman, he don't make those mistakes.
No, he does
he,
not.
he really doesn't. That's pretty crazy. Those guys, you don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. If you're John Hine, if you're any of those guys that you moved up a spot, you say thank you and you keep on going.
Just got too much of the outside wall, and you see the heavy right side damage. We'll use the quick repair there. And I was going to say, Scott Tice started in 13th. And has worked his way up to 7th. This is a great performance that Tice is working on. If he could just hold off Barry Wallace for 2 more laps, I believe, the spot will be his in the show.
It's definitely a run he's got to be proud of, currently sitting in that final transfer spot. And, you know, guys, there's something about heat race number 1 tonight. We saw Anthony Morano having his issues in heat number 1 earlier on, where he ended up going over the fence, and now Sam Bachman running up inside the top 3 as well, having issues, creating a late race caution. Kind of a replay of what we saw in heat 1 of the 358s.
You know, and it's crazy that you say that. They're teammates too here. That's crazy. I mean, what a rough night for Full Throttle Motorsports.
So here we go. I believe this will be 3, if not 2 laps to go. Can Tice hold on to that final transfer spot? Brewer leads, 3 to go. We'll watch 3rd here. Oh, if Tice could get 5th from Mason Hine, that would be, oh, hang on there, Scotty. He did the same thing Bachman did, and now we got a Donnybrook for 6th. Barry Wallace trying to take the spot. 2 laps to go, Robert. Big old slider from Wallace up the hill goes Tice.
Yeah, side by side for the final spot on the inside. Wallace Tice getting that position as they work their way around once again here coming towards the finish line. Scott Tice might have an opportunity to get by Mason Hine. They'll be their way turns number 3 and 4. Return to the end.
He tried to send it. Was that the last move that Barry Wallace had? I think it was. Meanwhile, off for turn number 4, the Brew Crew, Mike Brewer takes the win, and Scott Tice gets the final spot after starting 13th. A crash coming to the line. Mike Watson went around. But it's Mike Brewer that takes the victory here in big block heat number 1. Now we're going to keep an eye as well on the provisionals here and all that. And see who is making their way into the dance. We'll find out the rest of that in just a moment, but we'll bring in your winner out of heat race number 1 and starting 7th, Mike Brewer. Mike, a great run. Take us through that.
Yeah, that felt really good there, and towards the end I was searching because Bud he was on me there, so but we were able to hold him off, trying different lines to learn something for tomorrow night. So
how much did you learn? I guess I should ask next.
Hammer down early with it being tacky, but just I don't know. I think it's going to be bottom early, and then we'll end up running around the top there for a while until the middle starts to get pretty slick there. But I think it's going to turn out to be a really good race. We got a lot of good cars here tonight.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
You guys for putting this on in the charity. Got a shout out to Uncle Ron there for putting it up for heat races and Consi's money here tonight. All the guys over there at FTM. Dino over there at Dirt Car, Expert Installation. And everybody out there watching. Looks like we got a pretty good turnout tonight, so I'm glad that we can put on some good racing for everybody out there watching.
Alrighty, we'll let you go. Good luck in the feature tomorrow night. Well done.
Alright, thank you.
And with that, we're going to step aside, take a break. Heat 2 coming up next to the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
Heat race number 2 just around the corner. Welcome back, everyone. Marty Sakala, Robert Hill Jr., Zach Chapman. And it sounds like we're just waiting for two more drivers. We check that one more driver before we can go racing. I'm just checking.
And $2.
What's up?
And $2 apparently.
I was looking at something else when I said $2. Again, you are due up for, if you're not in yet and you're in Heat 2, get your butt in here, as we are not going to be waiting basically here for the rest of the night. We're just about in hurry up mode, ready to go racing, and I think I may know who we are. Actually, I don't know who. I think we've got everyone. We do have everybody. So yes, we are good to go. So you see the times here out of heat race number 1, or the times here in practice, I should say. Keith Kincaid quickest at a 17:9:46. George Proctor second, William Watson third, Anthony Morano fourth, Joey Lotto Stewart in fifth. Rogers, I see he's updated his paint scheme for the Glenn Stiers Racing 747. And when you think of dirt racing in Canada, that's definitely the man you think of there indeed, in Glenn Stiers. He's done a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm surprised Oshweekett is not on iRacing yet.
Man, I'm sure Clinton Jeffries and those guys down there at Oshweekett are working on it. Who knows? It might even have been scanned by now with the iRacing team. Those guys are usually a step ahead of most other racetracks up here, not just dirt tracks, but all racetracks in Canada. Glenn and his team have done a phenomenal job. One of the premier racetracks in all of racing, so pretty exciting to attend races there. I've not been able to go down myself. Hopefully make it down this year, but it's definitely a beautiful, beautiful place.
Let's see here if I can. Let's see here. Upcoming tracks. Well, looks like we're getting some down the road. I'm seeing Attica Raceway Park, Anderson Speedway. Let's see. I'm just looking amongst the short tracks. Florence Motor Speedway. Dirt track at Indianapolis, Winchester Speedway, the asphalt track. A couple of nice tracks coming down iRacing just around the corner as they are in the driver's meeting at the moment. Let's see who's checking in. Ron checking in. Ty was pulling for Teddy York and jinxed him. Robert, can you do a mic check for me, please? It sounds like you may be sounding staticky. I don't know.
Yeah, mic check 1 2.
Yeah,
check
he's
1
fine.
2.
That was me. That was me, by the way. If you were hearing that static, that was me. I was muting my mic temporarily, so. Joe Canellis checking in, rooting for the number 24. Need 4 more. And we are ready to go. Connor says Oshweekett and iRacing were in talks a few years ago, and then COVID happened and threw a wrench in that. That can make sense. All right. Heat race number 2, good to go. Robert, give us the starting lineup.
Taking a look at the starting lineup here for Big Block Heat Race number 2, brought to you by Friends of Super Dirt Week. Starting on the pole, it's Joey Laddiser, the driver out of Alexandria, Ontario. To his outside, Anthony Morano starts in position number 2. Row number 2, it's Keith Kincaid on the inside. Jeff Barker to the outside. George Proctor and Mike Stryker make up row number 3. Row 4 is Logan Wentz, a driver that had a great run in the 358 heat earlier on today. Joe Canellis starts in position number 8. Starting on the inside of row number 5, it's Pat Boyce, and to his outside, Ron Cassidy rounds out the top 10. Rob Shaw and Mark Billen make up row number 6. Roger Craig and William Watson round out the field of 14 here for heat race number 2. And again, the heat races tonight brought to you by Hawks Garage. $10 to the winner in every heat and last chance showdown throughout Super Dirt Modified Week.
So Zach, who are you keeping an eye on here in this heat race?
Oh man, well, okay. Now this is, I'm going to steal the low-hanging fruit here. You took John the last time outside of the top 10, so I'll look like I'm doing a smart thing. I'll steal outside of the top 6. Okay, I'll steal the man that didn't get a qualifying effort in here. He was struggling there with internet or computer problems. That 23 of William Watson. He's going to make the show. I just don't know how he's going to get there.
He's going to have a lot of work to do, Shaggy, to work his way up from the 14th spot up to 6th. I'm going to stay outside the top 6 as well. I'm going to go with the guy that had a great run in 358 heat action tonight, Logan Wentz, starting in position number 7. I think he's a guy that could potentially work up to the top 3 by the end of this one.
So we're ready for the green. 20 laps, top 6. Transfer to the big show. Lotta Stewart and Murano ready to bring us to the green. Here we go. And a big stack up from 6th on back or so. Drivers trying to find that clean air and just rip it. Lotta Stewart with the early race lead. Murano in 2nd. Keith Kincaid hanging on to 3rd, side by side for the 6th spot. That's Stryker and Wentz. Lap with the line, led by Joey Lotta Stewart. Here comes the run from Proctor underneath, looking for 3rd. Going to come back after a very tough heat race he had in his 358. Robert, they bang! Hang on! Keith, he got bailed out there with that caution.
Yeah, caution flag going to fly here early on in this one. So only 1 lap completed. Joey Lattiser, like you mentioned, able to jump out to the early race lead. Murano did not get going on that initial start, and that kind of created a little bit of chaos deep in the field. So not quite sure where the caution flag came from on this one. Might have just been the admins trying to clean things up just a little bit.
Yes, yeah, this is an admin caution flag. As it sounds like Mark Billen may have gotten a penalty that should not have been, and he wanted it cleared. So they cleared the black flag into the caution flag, so he can get back up with the field. But that definitely bailed out Zach George, the Keith Kincaid out, because after contact with Proctor, he was going for a wild ride.
Yeah, he was going to definitely lose a bunch of spots with that a wild ride there after the contact, but it'll now stall it back out, get to retighten it up, and we'll do it all over again here.
We'll do this again, putting lap 2 up on the board. And another stack up there. Hang on. Almost hit a parking lot going across the start finish line. And around goes Roger Craig in the 747. Jeff Barker came to a stop. And the yellow lights are on. We actually had a crash as well for Pat Boyce. Wow. Lot to digest there out of that. Let's start off with Barker. The 513. Is this just about got ugly? Proctor, I don't know if he spun the tire. Oh, my! He actually went through the infield. And I'll just say this. Thank goodness no photographers are allowed on the infield.
Yeah, and then, do you want to give him the caution? Do you want to give Roger Craig the caution in the 747? Or do you want to give Pat Boyce the caution in the
I
41?
think this is the caution flag here with Boyce.
Yeah, you could have give it to either one of them, any one of the three.
Yeah, that would make sense for the caution flag. Let's go on board here with Jeff Barker.
He was just an innocent bystander and all that. The restart happened, and all of a sudden he found himself right next to the stage for Victory Lane.
Next to the stage for Victory Lane, went to the alternate Victory Lane as well. And now typically at Super Dirt Week, there's typically jersey barriers that Barker went through.
Yes.
Let's make everyone aware of that. Typically when it's an asphalt track, those barriers are removed. So, but yeah, wild ride for Barker.
Hey guys, William Watson's into 7th place already.
Yeah, you're right. Just like what happened with Heat 1 early on with Scott Tice. Watson will restart in the 8th position.
Oh yeah, excuse me, yeah, 8th. My bad.
You're good.
Close enough.
Back to green. So a lot of Sewer able to hold serve off and two with Morano right on his tail. Here's a send from Logan Wentz looking for position number 4. Takes it there, now wants an extra spot from Keith Kincaid for 3rd. Oh my God, again. They almost hooked there, Robert. It's 3 wide of the 3.
Yeah, 3 wide. It's Wentz in the middle. Up on the high side there was Kincaid as George Proctor joins that fight. Still side by side. Proctor on the bottom, Wentz up on the high side. That's your battle for position. Number 4 is out front. Joey Lattiser still holds on to the race lead. Mike Stryker trying to hold off. William Watson is there side by side for the final transfer as Issues just up the road. That is Robbie Shaw that's going to go a lap down to the race leaders, creating a little bit of chaos there as we're side by side for the lead. Morano on the bottom, Lattiser up top, new leader, Anthony Morano.
Yeah, the Magic Ant-Man getting through to clear Joey Lattiser and head to the point. 7 laps go up on the board this time. Kincaid now trying to grab second. Final transfer spot, Zach belongs to Mike Stryker. Here comes William Watson, though, looking for 6, but he had to left.
Oh my gosh, guys, I feel like I have aged a life during this race. I mean, everything has happened, and we have only seen 8 laps so far. So much more is yet to happen. We still got 12 to go.
Morano, quickest car on track last time by 18:54. He was at least 3 tenths faster compared to the rest of the field. Kid Kincaid, though, Robert, challenging Joey Lattiser for second. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, Keith Kincaid having himself a real solid run in that 3rd spot, chasing down Joey Lattiser in the 23 machine. Lattiser has a little bit of a gap over Kincaid, who has Proctor all over his back bumper, but Keith Kincaid able to carry a little bit more momentum through turns number 3 and 4 that time. Got right up to the back bumper of Lattiser's contact just behind. Wentz getting into the backside of Proctor. Here's Stryker again on the back straightaway. Everybody sliding and wiggling. Here comes Watson into one of the transfer spots.
They're getting angry with each other. So Stryker now up to 6th. Watson gained 2 spots there. Now up 9 spots, Zach, to the 9th position, to the 5th position, rather.
Yeah, and now he's in a good spot. You don't want to be in P6. Nobody wants to be that man on the outside looking in. And now if you're Logan Wentz, you're that guy. P7, you're going to claw, you're going to scratch, and the missile is going to feel every bit of it. The Stryker, boy, oh boy, he is going to feel it right here and now.
Let's just ride on board here with the 118. 7 laps to go in the heat race. They touch for a moment. Can he blow past him? They bang Nerf bars again. Big set for Wentz. A big old slide jump. And Wentz ball parked it. And Logan's probably thinking, thanks, boys. And he has got a whirl of a gap over Joe Canellis at 1.8 seconds.
Mike Stryker got sent to the moon right out of the server. He had himself in a transfer spot, and now he's going to have to go through a last chance showdown as out front Anthony Morano has put himself ahead of a lap car there in Roger Craig. So quite the gap over Joey Ladisser's William Watson looking for second. He came from 14th, now running third with a handful of laps to go, and I think he's got the speed to go even further up that podium.
Remember, Zach, Watson lost power in big block qualifying, so was not able to post a time, and at this point, he's about to post himself a pretty good starting spot for tomorrow night.
Yeah, I mean, don't stop now. Every guy you get here is 3 starting spots in the feature. Go get one more. There's no way you're going to get up to Anthony. That's just not possible. Not with 2 laps, not with 2.5 to go. But you can get this one. Go get him, kid.
Oh, and he caught the Jersey barrier too while throwing the slider. And the caution flag waves for George Proctor.
And we're stacked up.
Oh, Barker also involved. And I think that affected the top 6 as well. Because I see Joe Canellis in P6. Let's see what happened. And it did. Because our eyes were glued to Watson and Ladisser. Got a bumper from Logan Wentz. Around went to 152. And Canellis got involved in that as well. And spun his way past to the 6th spot. Oh, and I'm sure Logan Wentz, I'm just going to say this. Logan probably got on less people's Christmas cards list this season. Coming out of this race, I'd have to say.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yeah, I'll go with that. That's perfect.
What a drive by William Watson, though, guys.
In the words of the late, great John Sterling, that's racing, Susan.
Dude, you aren't, not to, shun out Susan here, but back to William here. I mean, this is this is a serious drive for William. I mean, he could win this thing right now. If he really wants to turn the wick up, if he wants to go at Anthony Morano here, he could win this thing. If he's perfect through 1 and 2 on this opening lap, if he can nail Ladisser going down the backstretch and get him 1 and done, he could go get Anthony too. This could be perfect.
Here we come here for the restart. 2-lap dash to determine the top 6 and keep an eye on that final spot. We're just going to watch it with you. Joe Canellis, Pat Boyce, Jeff Barker, a couple of Bill Calder retreads going at it for the final transfer spot into the show. Let's just watch this, boys. Here comes the Puritan Beast. Now, if Roberts gets into Heat 3 in the top 6 spot, Barker would get the provisional right now. Final lap, though, underway, and it's been a dominant affair from Anthony Morano. Fastest car here. Makes its way through 3 and 4, nice and easy. And the Magic Ant-Man takes the win in heat race number 2. Final transfer spot belongs to Joe Dirt. And we're still wrecking after the checkers.
One more for the road, why not?
Yes, exactly. So Morano, your winner in heat race number 2. And FTM's off to a good start here when it comes to the heat races in the big blocks tonight. Looking for a possible sweep. We'll just have to see. Waiting for Morano to come in here. But again, it's Morano, Ladisser, Watson, Kincaid, Wentz, and Canellis. The top 6 after all of that. And here is Morano. And he is with Zach.
You can't park there!
Yes! I don't know if you heard it or not because I'm on stream mode, but whatever. I think they heard it. Morano, Zach, you got it.
Brother, well, it was pretty boring. Or I mean, it was pretty exciting behind you, pretty boring up front. But how you feeling, man? You're a winner tonight.
Man, after that 358 race, I'll take boring all night. Trust me. I see Bart came through pretty good there, starting all the way in the back. So I mean, it must have been pretty exciting for him to come from 14th and finish third. So can't wait to go back and watch that because I'm sure he had a hell of a time.
Yeah, I mean, we won't reflect on that 358 modified stuff too often, but these big blocks, that's what you like. We get to put the power down. Now, how many laps are we doing in this A main? Are we doing 100 or are we doing 75 in this?
I believe it's 75 for the 358s and 100 for the big blocks.
Okay, that's what I thought. How do we play this thing? Are you just going to sit and wait in the weeds 50 laps and then go for it?
I'm not sure how I'm going to pace it out yet because I know I got old putt starting up there towards the front too. So I think it might be a bit of a, I'm sure there'll be a lot of wrecks early because that's just the way it always seems to go. Just try to keep the nose clean, save the left front from the wall, and don't do something stupid and like clobber the outside wall with the right rear like I did in my heat. Or, I mean, Sam did a good job on his and his big block. So try to avoid doing that on both accounts. Then try to keep pace and maybe be a little try to push a little early and just guard up the bottom a bit because that's where eventually it's all going to end up down being. So try to get to where you need to get and just guard the bottom as best you can. I think might be the best bet.
Well, man, outside row 4, go get them. You got anybody you want to thank before you go get them tomorrow night?
I gotta thank my wife Sherry, the boys over at FTM. Man, it's been a while since I did this. Super Dark Car, Spun Speed Shop, Expert Installation, Castleberry Flagstone, GripPack.com, Vertex Graphics. Let's see, Shaggy TV. It's good to see everybody back. I haven't really been racing, so I haven't seen any of you guys. So glad y'all doing better. A big shout out to Dino and Jeff and Jack. Everyone at Coast to Coast getting this deal going. It's a lot of fun. Yeah. And I'm going to try to get some sleep. I haven't been asleep in about 36 hours, so I'm going to go try to get some sleep now.
Well, hey, man, you earned it. Go get them. Go get them tomorrow night, brother. We love you.
Thanks a lot, buddy.
All right, Anthony Morano taking the win. And heat race number 2. We'll come back. One more heat race to go before we call it a night. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
At ClearPath for Veterans, nothing stands in the way of hope, of healing, of growth. Finally, a clear path. You found your place. You found your place and a clear path forward.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
One to go here in the night for heat racing. And I think we're just waiting on one more driver for our final heat race, the big blocks. And while we wait, a reminder of how the schedule looks tomorrow. We start things off at 6:30 tomorrow night, where we'll have 2 358 20-lap last chance showdowns. Top 3 qualify from each. After that, 2 big block 20-lap last chance showdowns. Then have our 358 feature for 75 laps and our big block feature for 100 laps. Robert talked about this earlier on, but we'll let him do it once again. We've got also a lot of special bonuses and also some door prizes up for grabs here.
Yeah, taking a look at the bonuses throughout Super Dirt Modified Week. Friends of Super Dirt Week is presenting the big block division. Prizes for 1st through 5th in that one. Gears Unlimited, the presenting sponsor of the 358 division. Every heat and last chance showdown is brought to you by Hawks Garage. Expert Insulation bringing you the 358 qualifying bonus. They paid out the top 3 in that division. Full Throttle Motorsports taking care of qualifying in the big blocks. Hard Charger Award in both divisions is brought to you by Just Racing Boys Designs. $25 to each of the hard chargers throughout those. The highest finishing driver over 55 in the 358s will get a prize courtesy of Bill Calder Retreads. The hard luck driver in the 358s will get $10 courtesy of Jason Butterfield Racing. Dylan Kinsey Family Racing will provide $10 in the big blocks to the reverse hard charger. GRS Photography SC will provide $5 to 2 cars just missing qualifying in each the 358 and big blocks. And Regal Wraps and Designs will provide $5 to 1 driver in each division at random. That is your bonuses for Super Dirt Modified Week. Let's take a look at the door prizes up for grabs as well. Let me just pull that list up here. And there is quite a few up for grabs as well. Both Brewerton Speedway and Fulton Speedway offering up 4 general admission tickets to future events at their speedway coming up in 2026. Velocity Race Design offering a free wrap to a driver at random. Highside Productions offering a highlight video to the big block winner here tomorrow night. Just Racing Boys Designs will provide a free wrap to a random driver as well. Regal Wraps and Designs will provide a free wrap to a driver at random in each of the 2 divisions. GS Graphics will provide a free wrap to a driver at randoms. Vertex Graphics will do the same with a free wrap to a random driver. Dirt Car Esports will provide a free entry to the upcoming Pro Late Model event to a random driver throughout the festivities over tonight and tomorrow. And Regal Promotion Esports giving 2 free memberships to their upcoming big block season. So that is your door prizes for Super Dirt Modified Week.
All right, so you're doing the drivers meeting here at the moment. I think we may be waiting on one more driver. And I think that is the case. Again, if we are waiting for you. If you have yet to join us and you are following along with coverage here tonight, we need you. And I think we may be going without. I'm not too sure. We'll just have to double check and see. So this is as well here, Zach. This is where we're going to be seeing who could be in favor of the provisional after this race. It'll be either, right now, Billy Roberts or Jeff Barker.
Where did Billy Roberts finish and where did Jeff Barker finish? Spark my
Billy
memory
is
on
going to
that
be
first.
in this heat race. Billy won, and Jeff Barker was second, and Barker did not make the top 6 last heat race.
Okay, so basically Jeff Barker is a huge Billy Roberts fan right now. He needs Billy Roberts to make the show so he inherits the spot, right?
Indeed, indeed.
Okay. Okay, so that's what we need to happen. That's what we need.
There's Dino in the 79. And he's got his onboard. I think I figured out his right paddle shifter Which you can see, I'm pretty sure that is his tear-off button. If I were to guess, that has to be it.
I think you might be right on that one. Definitely makes sense.
Yeah, I saw him hit it a bunch of times tonight, so that's if I were to guess. So
Dean's the only FTM driver in this, right?
From my looks here,
Yeah.
I want to say yes.
Pressure's on. Dean's got to win this if he wants
if they
to
want
keep
the
it.
FTM sweep.
Dean Connor just got into Dean there. He said, I figured I'd do it now.
Do it now, then later. Alrighty. Final heat race of the night. Let's get things rolling here. Zach, give us the starting lineup.
Starting on the pole in the 76 machine, Ryland Banks to the outside in the 99. Billy Roberts, row number 2 to the inside, the 57 of Brian Lawson to the outside, the 35 of Connor Ross. Row 3 to the inside, the 67 of Ty Dickinson to the outside, the 79 of Dean Reynolds. Row 4 to the inside, the 19 of Harold Klump to the top shelf, the 3 of Brett Wislowski. Row 5 to the inside, the 87 of Andy Patton to the outside, the deuce of Todd Holloway. And row 6 rounding out the field to the inside, the 67 of Alton Forth to the top shelf, the 28 of Ed Harris.
So we are ready to go here for our final Hawks Garage heat race of the night. Robert, what are you watching out for here?
I think we got to keep our eyes on the battle for the final transfer spot once again. You got Dean right on the inside, Harold Klump and Brett Wislowski on the outside looking in. Andy Patton's had a good night here so far tonight. Qualifying not necessarily in his favor, but those guys in 7th, 8th, and 9th, definitely got to keep an eye on them. I think they're going to have something here for Dino and the rest of the guys.
Zach, your final thoughts before we go green for the final time tonight?
I mean, no final thoughts. Just hoping the guys can load it up clean. We've had a pretty good night. We want to keep it that way. This is all for charity. These guys know that. Let's end this first night on a good note.
It's been a long night. We appreciate you spending your Wednesday night with us and your patience as well. Final heat race of the night. Green at Oswego. Side by side off the corner, Roberts and Banks get Billy clear with the lead. Our Volunteers provisional winner earlier on, a heck of a race over Jeff Barker and company. Roberts leads the opening lap, followed by Banks, Ross, Dickinson, Lawson, Dickinson, and Dean Reynolds with a final transfer spot for right now here, Robert. Look at this,
yeah,
though,
a little
up front.
bit of contact right there for the top spot just a moment ago. Billy Roberts holding on to the top position, but the young hot shoe, Ryland Banks, right behind him. He's going to send it in deep. Here comes Connor Ross down on the inside. Ross trying to join this fight as well. We saw him with a great performance in the 358s earlier on tonight. He wants to double down with the big boys here in the big blocks as he's going to head to the inside. Roberts up top, Ross on the inside. Ryland Banks right behind them. Great battle for the top spot.
Wislowski crashed, no caution flag. We stay green. Connor trying to get the bite. Here comes Ty Dickinson looking for that third spot. Can't get that done. Lawson and Reynolds. Hey, I met these two together at one night at Wheatsport a couple years ago. Lawson scrapes the wall. Here comes a chance, Zach, for Harold Klump to grab the sixth spot. He gets a little bit tight, though, into one.
Yeah, Reynolds and Lawson better figure it out because Klump's coming. Harold trying to look underneath that 57.
Oh, hang on, Dino.
Oh, Dino's going to lose one. He's going to lose two. Dino on the outside looking in. Dean Reynolds falls back to P7.
Taking right on board with him as he's hanging on now for a transfer spot. Can he find a way around Klump? for the 6th position. You called it there, Zach. You absolutely called it. Klump was coming. He's there, and Dino hanging on once again.
Yeah, and if you're Dean, what do you do, man? You know, this is your show. These are your cars. You do not want to miss this thing. You want to make it to the dance. You got to make it. And now you get a caution flag.
Around in turn 3. The Skull Bandit has gone around. Billy Roberts, the race leader. Let's see what happened. Just caught the wall all by himself, and he almost ballparked it there. With the way when those cars hit the wall in turn 3, you can be done for the night in an instant.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one driver that really is happy to see that yellow flag is definitely Dean Reynolds right now on the outside of the transfer position looking in. And he's had his hands full the last couple of laps. He needs the opportunity to take a breather, kind of re-rack and restack himself and get set from the outside looking in. And he's going to have a good opportunity to get back up there and battle for a transfer position. But now that he's seen what these guys in Lawson and Klump are capable of, Dino knows he's got a little bit more work ahead of him than he might have thought.
So we'll reset. Lights remain on the pace car for now. See who else is checking in. We got a lot of Ty Dickinson fans, Zach, in the chat, including Mama Bear.
Mama Bear always rooting on that Cub, man. Ty is always there. Now, I'm going to be rooting for Ty, but that is going to be a long time. 175 laps is going to be a lot of laps for the Bear.
Absolutely. We'll see if it can be done. Lights should go off here, and they do. So Billy Roberts, Connor Ross, row 1. Ryland Banks, Ty Dickinson, row 2. Brian Lawson, Hero Klump, row 3. They are in the show. Dean Reynolds, Andy Patton, row 4. Todd Holloway, Ed Harris, row 5. Brett Wazlowski, all in 4th, row 6. Right now, Jeff Barker would get the provisional at the moment as we've got... What is happening between Wazlowski and 4th? I don't know. Trying to catch up to the field here. I think one was trying to let the other go, and they're like, no, I insist. I insist. All right, coming to green. Nearing halfway. Oh, no! Dickinson! Did he catch someone? He caught Lawson. No caution flag. Will stay green. Lawson toes it. This helps out Reynolds move back up into the 6th position. And those restarts have just been hairy throughout the night at Oswego here, Robert.
Yeah, the restarts have not been friendly to a handful of these guys here tonight. Just not quite able to get that grip they were hoping for. But as we get back to the action down here on the racetrack, kind of single file all the way through back to, well, about the 2nd spot now as Ty Dickinson takes a look there on Connor Ross. Not quite able to get close enough to make a move high or low, but Dickinson really liking that high side, getting a bit of a run here off the corner. Set sail down the back straightaway. We'll see what he can do to get up and battle it out with Connor Ross is worth the halfway point here in heat number 3.
Replay on the restart here. What happened? Oh, there was just a lot of contact. Dickinson came up into Ross, and then Lawson catches that opening, sends him around, and don't know if he got stuck or knew that because that didn't lead to a caution flag. So Lawson will go to the B main tomorrow night. While Ross 2nd, Dickinson 3rd. Dino in a good transfer spot in 6th, up a half second on Andy Patton. Let's watch the race for 5th, though, as they go into turn number 3, Zach.
Yeah, if you're Dino, you got a good view of this. There you go. Now peek on the outside, go take a bite. Now Dino's got to take a big bite of this thing. He swung in deep. Go ahead, take all of it. Dino takes the bite, takes P5 into 3. He's going to have all of it off of 4. He takes 5th at the line, move him on up. Now he can go get 4th.
Now it's to try and take a bite. out of Ryland Banks there, the hot shoe in the 76. We'll have to see if that is possible. But Billy Roberts out in front. Not in a comfortable spot, though, just yet, though. 3/10 on Connor Ross.
Yeah, 3/10. That is quickly going away. That was Connor Ross able to take a little bit more pace through the corners than that of Billy Roberts. Very close for the top spot as they're going to work their way around. Just a couple of laps to go here. 4 laps remaining in heat race number 3. Ross sends it in deep. Takes a look down to the inside wall. And that's going to open the door for Ty Dickinson for second.
The Cub going for second here into turn number 3. He nearly cracks the Jersey barrier as well. That last lap before he clipped the inside retaining wall, Ross picked up 2/10. This time by, he loses 7. That's not good.
This is where you just want to grab the kid by the helmet and shoulder pads there. Calm down. 2 laps to go. Connor, make the show.
Dino looking from 4th on Ryland Banks. See if that is possible. Right now, it's our winner of the big block volunteer race, and a heck of a show. He was using the high side of that race to get past Jeff Barker for the win. This time he just needs the bottom. Billy Roberts in car number 99, the LFM ride. We'll start from position number 9 tomorrow night in the 100-lap feature. Won't need that provisional. It'll be Jeff Barker is off the handoff. Billy Roberts, the winner of Heat 3. Ross second, Dickinson third, Banks fourth, Reynolds fifth, Harold Klump in sixth. They all make the show. Appreciate you all spending your Wednesday night with us. We'll be back tomorrow night at 6:30 for the 358 Last Chance Showdown. That'll be the first thing on the schedule. Then we'll try and move things along in an orderly fashion. Top 3 posing here for a shot. And then we will talk to the race winner once again, Billy Roberts in the 99. And he is in. And Robert Hill Jr. take us home with Billy.
Well, Billy, you had yourself a good run earlier on tonight, picking up a provisional in that Volunteers race, but now taking the win in heat race number 3 for the big blocks tonight. Walk us through that one, and what did you find to give yourself that extra little bit of an edge here?
I don't know. I felt like the middle was really good, and then my spotter said that Connor was coming pretty hard on the bottom, so I moved down to the bottom to check it out, and then I don't know. He said something about Connor getting the wall, so I think he was a lot faster than me. I just kind of got out to an early lead and got lucky and held on to her.
Tomorrow night, we take what you ran tonight for 20 laps and turn that into 100. We saw the track develop just over that 20-lap run. What do you have to do differently tomorrow night to make sure you have a good piece for the end of it?
Well, first of all, you're going to have to just bide your time, pick your spots, don't put yourself in bad positions, and just hopefully you can save some tire for the end, and so I'm sure it's going to be black slick from top to bottom. So hopefully we can manage everything and keep it going.
Well, that's definitely the goal there, Billy. We'll give you the floor now. Any shout-outs you want to give or sponsors you want to thank?
Of course, let me thank Gears Unlimited, my company, all my teammates over at Leadfoot Mafia, you guys for broadcasting. What a wonderful broadcast tonight. I mean, great broadcast. Glad to see Shaggy back. Hope he's doing really well. Dean over Super Dirt Car. Jeff Barker for putting in all the time as he does. So many people behind the scenes, but they put on a really good show tonight, and hopefully it's even better tomorrow.
Well, we wish you the best of luck tomorrow night, hopefully carrying the momentum through from 2 wins tonight to a good shot tomorrow. Congratulations, Billy, and we'll see you in the 100.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So
that was Billy Roberts, your feature winner there, Marty.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? The night is done. Let's bring in second and third here. We'll go to Connor Ross here, and I'll talk with Connor here. Connor, nice run for you tonight. Take us through it.
Yeah, thank you. Starting fourth again, and car I'm kind of more comfortable with. The 358, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do because I kind of like more horsepower, and at least starting in the third heat, I was able to watch Heat 1 there with John Hine and help him a little bit, and then Heat 2, I got to turn some laps and figure out what I wanted to do, and I knew 1 and 2, as it slicked off there, exited 2, going down to the backstretch, there were some pretty nice humps, and I knew if I kind of cut under that and miss them, hopefully I'd keep the RPM down and gain some more speed. And I definitely think we were, and then I caught the inside rail there, and yeah, it sucks because I think we could have won, but congrats to Billy on the win, and yeah, I can't complain, fourth to second.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I'll do it again just to piss him off. I got to thank Shaggy TV, Mobile One, In the Shop, Tire and Auto, Glenn Sayers Racing, Brighton Speedway, Driving with Haley, Howden Media Group. Like I said, you guys for putting on this broadcast. Dean Reynolds, Jeff Barker did good. Hit everybody behind the scenes. I got to thank Gambler Motorsports as well. As nice to catch up with John Hine and watch him run. And yeah, everybody that puts this thing on.
All right, man, we'll let you go. Great job tonight. All the best tomorrow.
Thank you. Have a great night, guys.
You too. We will wrap up with the Cub himself, Ty Dickinson. He's with Shaggy.
How are you first off, how you feeling and how you feeling, Ty?
I thought of this the entire race. I'm kind of nervous about tomorrow being I'm gonna have to run 175 laps total, and that big block race, I couldn't race with my right arm anymore. I can only race left-handed, and so I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try like hell to do it, and we'll see. I think that's why I kind of messed up on that restart and got into Ryland, and I feel awful about that because I ruined Brian Lawson's race. But yeah, it's kind of hard to hang on to these things with one hand, and when it's your non-dominant hand at the same time.
No, man, I totally understand, and well, I mean, it's a little different. I get a little spacey now, after what happened to me, but
yeah,
it's totally different ball game, and you kind of got to attack it that way tomorrow. So you got to take it one step at a time, and that's what we want you to do. So when you look at the first 75 lap race tomorrow, the 358 race,
yeah,
how are you going to play it? I mean, are we going to just take it easy the first 30 40 laps, and then when we finally get into that 45 lap finish there for that final 75, how are we going to bring it home? How do you want to be there in the end?
Yeah, it's hard because, I mean, as a racer, if you're faster than the guy ahead of him, ahead of you, you want to pass him. And so it's just reminding yourself to be patient. And I think I am going to wait probably up to 50 laps and just see where I'm at and see how the track's playing out. Otherwise, if not, I'm just happy to make the show. I mean, this is a great event with a stacked field, a great group of guys. So I'm just happy to lock it in for both races, and we'll see where I am in 50 laps tomorrow, and what moves I can make. And I know I've learned from the best in the past season against Matt Barber, so hopefully I can use those tactics and see what I can do.
Well, Matt or Ty, excuse me. You've got three people up here rooting for you. We'll be cheering for you every step of the way. Good luck tomorrow. You got anybody you want to shout out before you kick this thing off and get ready to go to sleep to go tomorrow? Sorry, I'm running out of steam.
Dude, I get it.
My brain's hurting, brother.
I feel it 100%. I got to thank my team, Velocity Motorsports, Apex Graphics for the badass wrap, 618 Engraving and Design. Got to thank Mama Bear, who's always out there. My cousin Justin, that's always in chat. Got to thank Dean and the entire team for putting this race on. It's one of my favorite races of the year. Got to thank Marty, yourself, Shaggy, and Robert up in the broadcast booth. The broadcast has been top notch, so it's been amazing with you three. And once again, I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, we can kick some ass tomorrow.
Yeah, hey man, you do what you do, Ty. We love you, brother. Keep doing it.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. Love you guys.
So we'll get set here for final thoughts as we get ready to sign off very quickly. Robert, we'll start with you.
Yeah, fantastic night of racing all around. We saw some great battles in just about every race. We saw some crazy moves to lock people into the show. But if that's a sign of what we have tomorrow night, I can't wait to get started. 2 last chance showdowns, I do believe, and then we'll hop into our feature races, 75 and 100 laps. Can't wait to get underway.
Shaggy, very quickly.
My brain hurts. Let's do this tomorrow, boys. Love you.
Yeah, we're excited. You thought that was fun? Just wait till we see what comes up tomorrow. We'll talk to you all at 6:30. Last chance showdowns, followed by features. On behalf of everyone here at the Coast to Coast Racing League, all the fine drivers, sponsors, and admins, my broadcast partners, Robert Hill Jr. and Shaggy Zach Chapman, Marty Sakala saying so long. We will see you tomorrow night when Super Dirt Modified Week concludes. In honor of ClearPath, so long.
At ClearPath for Veterans, nothing stands in the way of hope, of healing, of growth. Finally, a clear path. You found your place. You found your place and a clear path forward.